That's too far. There we go. I can't believe how many years I did phone streams without realizing that I could, like, Zoom, yeah. Such a pain in the butt. Let everybody stare at my sparse chest hair and bulbous gut today.
It ain't too sparse.
It's pretty sparse. It looks like Paraguay over here. Uruguay over here. That's a Blair Witch reference.
Your belly doesn't have nothing on it, hardly.
It's there.
It's just all light.
I got gully hair somewhere's there. It's right on the edge of too hot to be sitting out here doing this. Right on the edge. If it was like 3 degrees hotter, I'd be like, fuck this. Nope. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Shouldn't be too long before it starts slipping into below 90.
Saturday. Oh, you mean tonight?
Yeah. A couple hours. It'll be below 90.
Pro looks like he runs coke in Miami. Hey, don't say that so loud, ese. Yeah, dude, dancing granny, eat your heart out, okay? Having a little chest hair. No, this is my, okay, so let me explain something to you guys. If you're not a fat white guy, this doesn't apply to you, I guess, necessarily, but I just know it about fat white guys. If you're a fat white guy, you own a loud Hawaiian shirt that you wear with nothing under it, unbuttoned and everything in the summer because fuck you. This is mine, okay? When I wake up in the morning and it's so hot I can't think about cloth on my skin, this is my wispy, silky, barely there, breathable Hawaiian shirt, and I just let it fly all day, okay? I let it fly. Speaking of, I'm gonna help myself out a little more and get a haircut. Get in there. The bump in the trunk at night. Wow. Okay, that's better. Let's get this up. Up, it's got to go. You know how long it took me before I could do this without like trying 9 times. This is not an intuitive thing for human beings to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't learn it when you're small, I think it becomes really hard to learn because it took me like 6 months of having long hair to be able to get it up into a fucking ponytail in the proper way without shit hanging and dangling out of it and shit. Kind of bullshit.
I'm not good at doing other people's hair.
You're not? I mean, you've helped me with mine before and you did a good job with that.
Super well.
I mean, oh, it's helped me a lot. You've helped keep like the hair up off my neck when I need you to.
But now all clean and shit.
Neither is mine.
Cleaner than when I do it.
Out. Yeah, no. That's so much fucking better. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 degrees of cooling just getting your hair off your neck. At least for me. My hair's like a blanket. It's like thicker than shit. I think I've got like 3 hairs coming out of each follicle. That's what it feels like. That's gotta be like a big genetic thing, right? Hair texture.
Hair length is genetic too. You can't do much about that.
Is it really? Hair color, texture, length. Chat's getting thirsty. Don't. Just let it be summer, okay? Can I please be a summer guy? And not have all night people talking about my titties and my cleavage, okay? My eyes are up here. I've heard people get their hair from their mom's side. Yes, well, I did, for sure. My mom's hair and my hair are eerily similar. Like, we kind of, like, I think hers is actually a little more coarse and full than mine is, even.
I'm redder.
Definitely redder, yeah. But naturally redder, I guess. That's weird too. I wonder how that happens. When I was young, you've seen pictures of me, like almost platinum blonde.
Yeah.
Maybe not as platinum as TJ was, but I was like a real, like, super bright light blonde kid. And then, like, right around puberty, I would guess, is when my hair started to get darker. And now it's this. Why did that happen? You ever wonder that? Sometimes, like, kids will have a whole different hair color than they were born with. Like, my sister was born, you know how some babies are born with a lot of hair?
Yeah.
She was born with a lot of hair, and it was like jet black. And they were like, whoa, where did she come from? And then she ended up blonder than me by the time she was like a toddler. So weird.
Let's see. Why are some kids?
I wonder if it's like you have baby, you know how you have baby teeth? I wonder if you have like baby hairs. And like when your baby hairs fall out, then your adult hairs start coming in.
Why do some blonde kids go dark? Some children start life as platinum blondes, often called towheads, and experience darkening hair before they reach puberty. So what causes this change?
You have to speak up for them. Or you can just tell me what.
Just trying to get through all the science.
All the bullshit, yeah. Get past all the science and just tell me why. Don't most babies start with blue eyes too?
The amount of eumelanin in your hair increases as you mature.
Eumelanin.
Not sure. They're not sure why it increases as you age, but
So it's
two different kinds of melanin, and one of them increases.
So literally, it's a goddamn medical mystery why my hair is no longer cool ass, light ass, platinum blonde.
They know which melanin is doing it, but they don't know why it increases as you get older.
And I'm supposed to trust science? They can't even figure that out? There should be a whole ass fucking group of scientists trying to figure this shit out. Did you watch all of the Lol Tao? Yeah, dude. Whatever, dude. I cover it on the show because we cover Boogie, but I don't want to endlessly talk about Lol Cow live, okay? No problem bringing it up, but I already talked about it like an hour and a half a couple days ago.
The clip went up too, so go find
the
clip
clip
on Onion Nuggets.
The clip is up the whole nine. Yeah, go watch it. Who's gonna fund all those scientists though? I'll do it. Out of my own pocket. I'll do it. Science isn't about the why, it's about what's observed. Yeah, well, I observed my hair go from platinum blonde to whatever that is when I hit puberty. So let's explain the observation then. Oh, more eumelanin. Okay, why'd that happen? Shrug. Come on. Yeah, we covered it. Yeah, we covered it heavy. I could make bread out of that wheat beard. Gross. Hair bread? Didn't Filthy Frank do a video where he made a hair oh, he was a hair cake. That was so gross.
Like the whole, like, determining why evolution might have done certain things is very wibbly wobbly.
I want to know. I need to know. You and Callie, yes, sir. Isn't it the job of scientists to explain what and not why? Yeah, what? Yeah, what is the reason my hair went from fucking platinum blonde to reddish, brownish, dirty blonde gray? What's your home address? 2727 Nutsack Court. It's going to be in the Taint development. Just north of the Taint development. You'll find it. Language, please. Shut up, bitch. You're in the wrong fucking place. If you're like one of these like grown-ass women that can't hear the words poopy and pop, poo-poo and pee-pee or whatever, get the fuck out. Get out. .410 labia lane, yeah, dude. What's your blood type? THC positive. I'm warning you guys too. I'm about to be really stoned. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 50 times 5.
250?
I took a 250 bomber tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why?
Because I felt like getting high.
Yeah.
I felt like getting super duper high. So we're gonna see what happens. No, I know what happens. I've done more. I've gone higher.
What would you say was your max ever?
See, that's hard. The hardest fucking thing I ever ate, Ben made from DP. He came over to TJ's house when I was staying there one day and he brought a tray of brownies. And I went to cut a big fat one and he was like, Paul, I'm warning you, bro. I put everything I had into this. This is the densest fucking weed shit I've ever made. So you might want to get a smaller cut. And I was like, oh, really? Got a bigger cut. Shroomp. Ate that thing, and that's the one that sent Scotty to the hospital. Yeah. That very space cake is what we ended up calling it. Sent Scotty to the hospital with a panic attack.
So yeah, there's no clue what could have been.
It had to be over 1,000 millis. I'll just say that right now.
Just based on your
The only time I've ever touched that was when I did a 650 mil bomb or whatever with those slab bars. Yeah, I did 2 or 3 of those. I think that was 750 or something. And it was not even close. So I'm gonna guess it was well in excess of 100 or 1,000 milligrams of, you know, decarbed weed, which is fucked. But it was great. Oh my God, it was just shy of hallucinatory. I ended up in TJ's comfy ass fucking lazy boy chair, just laying on my back, like my eyes closed, listening to what was going on around me, feeling great. Oh, your muscles just feel like jello.
You didn't pass out from it?
No. I sat down there and I rode the fucking wave until I felt like I wanted to stand up, and I went outside and smoked a cigarette, went up, got in bed, laid there for a while. I felt fine, so it wasn't bad. Hola, hola.
I just get too dizzy.
Huh?
I just get too dizzy.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I think dizzy. I was dizzy. At that level of weed, you're gonna be dizzy. But like, it's dizzy in the same. It's like dizzy from the same type of dizzy as getting too drunk. You just feel a little wobbly and a little off kilter. You have no muscle structure. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it though.
I mean, it's there, it's just under.
Yeah, well, it's there. Yeah, it's under a big layer of blubber. But I'm working on getting, losing the weight. I'm doing really good. If I had a guess, I'd say I'd probably lost close to 60 pounds now, because it's been, 2-3 weeks since I went to the doctor. I was down to
It was
three.
more than 3 weeks.
Really? So I might be down, because I was down to 321 at the doctor. I might be down to, 308 or something, 310. I don't know. Be nice. That would be, if I was down to 310, that'd be 57 pounds lost from my peak weight. Dude, if I was worried all that much about the haters, I wouldn't be sitting out here with my belly flapping all in the breeze, bro. It's just too hot, man. I'm in fucking Central California. I'm dying, okay?
One of the only places worse is like Arizona right now.
Yeah. Or like Death Valley here in Cali. Yeah.
No one lives there. Hardly anyone lives there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got very little concern. Like, I used to care. I'm not even going to front with you guys. Like, when I was young, the thought of somebody seeing, my naked body or whatever was just, terrifying to me. I just never felt right in my skin because I was big. Not huge. I didn't get really big until I was an adult. But as a teenager, I was fat to the other kids. I was chonky, husky, whatever you want to call it, right? And it's just kids were fucking merciless about it. It was something you could never, there's no comeback to it. Yeah, I'm a fat fuck. I'm a fat, lazy fuck. So I just ended up owning it as a way to fight it. And that got me through 6th grade and middle school. That was my worst, 3 years of bullying, right? And that's what got me through, was just owning it. Yeah, oh shit, man, you must be a real smart one. Why don't you just, what color is my hair? I'd start to say shit like that. It's wow, you're observational. Cool. Not trying to be mean, just curious. Are other of your members of your family overweight? Yeah. Yeah, my dad struggled with his weight when he was, in his 30s and 40s like me. My mom struggles with her weight now, I think, a little bit. She's older and she's put on some weight since she retired. And I've got an aunt, two aunts, sisters, that had, they're technically cousins. That's obviously to be sisters, but they're technically cousins of mine, but they're older because my mom's parents were older when they had her. So they're my mom's nieces, but they were old enough to be around the same age as my mom. And so I always called them aunts. Both of them had gastric bypass. So yeah, there's fat folks in my family for sure.
Who fucking knows, man? All them chemicals, Dow put shit.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Keep blaming us for the food, but talk about the chemicals.
Yeah. Lost 150 pounds and started getting more popular and better job opportunities, even though I would still work as hard as I did before the weight loss. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing is, depending on what job you're in too, you being a fat slob, it never helps you. People have preconceived notions about fat people, some of which are undeniable, undeniably true. You see a guy as big as me, you go that guy probably can't run very fast or very far without getting winded. True. That guy is probably not as like quick or agile as somebody who was his size but not fat. True. That guy probably has like back problems and probably is in a lot of pain and joint pain and shit from his fat. True. But, you know, like, that dude's incapable. Not true. That dude is lazy. Not true. You know, can be true. But in terms of like, he's gonna fucking fuck off on this job type of lazy, no. You can't tell that by looking at a fat person.
I think offices are the most toxic work environment you can be in.
For a fatty?
Yeah.
Probably.
The gossip.
They
all
might just
that
be the
shit.
most toxic work environment, period, though,
Yeah.
to be honest. People got nothing but time to sit around and bitch about each other.
Yeah.
Bitch at each other, talk shit behind each other's backs.
Those are the type of people that, you know, are able to watch your show while they're working because they have so much bullshit to not do.
But there's something uniquely crushing about a desk job. I didn't have one for long, but I did have one. Cubicle job in a giant call center. And it was fucking nightmarish, man. They put things on the inside. I remember I asked somebody, why do they black out the windows in this place? And the guy was like, because they don't want you like being reminded that the sun is shining outside. And then I was like, why do they put up pictures of like palm trees? Because like the whole big walls were covered in like, he was like, to make you feel like you're somewhere that's better. It's like, oh, but it doesn't work. It just makes me think of being somewhere better. It's pretty fucked. No, it's someone who looks and sounds like him. Lucas Dumb, you're gonna get fucked. I'm just letting you know. You're gonna get fucked, bro. Statistically, they found more people are more or the same amount productive when working from home. Yeah, but there's still a lot of desk jobs in the world, bro. There's still receptionists at every doctor's office and nurses. There's still like, you know, people that are fucking running the numbers in the back. There are people, you know, like there's still a lot of desk jobs. A lot of places force people to come back from working at home. Because they're worried that people are being more efficient with their time and fucking off during the day. So it's like, yeah, I went to see my accountant a few weeks ago and she works in a big office building. A bunch of other accountants. Yeah, they're a lot of the work from home people. The company requires them to install a software package that includes a keylogger and a screen grabber so that like they can be randomly monitored, or if certain things trigger on the screen, the supervisor will be notified and shit. This is to keep people from fucking off at work. But it's just like,
They were doing that in the office.
They were doing that in the office, but it's a little different having something installed in your home like that. Like, let me see if you're fucking off at home. And you're going to be more prone to quote unquote fucking off. Like if you're in the middle of typing something, you might get it done in the same amount of time that you got it done at work, but you had to scoop up your kid and put him to bed or something in the middle of it. But they don't want you doing that shit. They don't want you feeling like you're okay and safe and secure at home. They want you feeling like somebody's eyeballs are on you all day.
There were people that were like doing like auto mouse jigglers at home.
Oh, there are ways to get around it. Yeah, there are ways to like keep it awake. You know, get past the settings. There's a program called Easy Macro that you could set up that'll just click on various parts of your screen, and you can set it up to change different web browser tabs or change documents. You can make it look like your fucking desk is being manned if you want. But
A few people did that and got caught, ruined it for everyone else.
probably. Wish I had one of those bullshit jobs that I could do 2 hours of work a day and mess around for the rest of the day.
It's kind of soul crushing though.
Yeah, I mean, like, those jobs are called dead jobs. And there are people that are just kind of like there because nobody has noticed that they're there. It's literally like, if you've seen that movie Office Space, there's that dude in it who they keep shuffling his desk around and nobody knows why he's even there. They put him in the basement, you know what I mean? Like, he ends up burning the building down at the end. Like, that guy exists in the world. That movie is actually very, very good if you want to take a look at, like, office culture. And that guy is a representative of what they're calling dead jobs. These are people that are, and a lot of people go like, man, I want to find a job like that. But it's soul crushing because you're worried every day that you go to work that some supervisor is going to send you an email like, hi, can you come to see me in the office? What is it you do here? And you have to tell them, like, I work on a project that was defunded 3 years ago. You know what I mean? I send a report to corporate every 3 days that I tabulate. You know what I mean? Yeah, I believe you have my stapler. I was told that I could listen to my radio at a reasonable volume. I mean, it didn't become more and more relevant. That's the thing, is like people that work those office jobs, it was just immediately relevant. And it's still relevant. Like, office jobs have not changed much since the 90s when that movie was made, or the early 2000s.
A lot of the offices haven't even upgraded their software from the
No.
90s.
No. I mean, it's fucked. So, you know, same kind of woes, the same weird, like, justify your position kind of interviews that you have to do, and you're just, like, buried under a pile of paperwork, and your boss doesn't give a fuck, and you're working mandatory overtime, and then, like, one day you show up and you find out that people from corporate are there, and they're doing observations, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And you're just like, well, here I go, but they don't notice you, and you're fucking, dodge that bullet, you know what I mean? Like, you get in that cycle of, like, I have a job where I have to go sit in this chair all day and get nothing done. It's not as fun as you might think.
Plus, you still have to put in the hours.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be there.
Yeah.
You're still getting a paycheck. You have to be there. There's still some part of function of your job that you have to sit and at least pretend to do. And every day is just is this going to be the day that they find out that I'm useless? Is this going to be the day that they find out that they forgot to fire me? Is this, you know what I mean? Like, I had that job and I quit. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people end up doing that, yeah. And a lot of times those jobs are refilled because the process is so separated from the corporate entity that, like, it's just almost automated. When somebody leaves, somebody comes in. And then what happens usually is that somebody comes along, some shareholder meeting happens, some stock price dip happens, and some fucking consultant is brought in. And that consultant sits down and interviews everybody in the fucking building. And makes notes on, like, this guy's still working here, but his program has been canceled for a year. This woman's still working here, but her area was downsized fucking 6 years ago. She should be gone, you know what I mean? And then they fire a bunch of people. And it doesn't do anything to unburden the office, but it makes the fucking corporate shareholders feel better. Oh, look, they did an efficiency round. Okay, cool. They're lighter on their feet now. Okay, I feel better about it, but the stock price. You know, my job at the school district was kind of like the opposite of that. But I still had the same fears. It was like, at what point is this going to become untenable? Like, at what point am I going to show up and all three of my sites are down due to something I couldn't handle or stop or didn't have time to fix or didn't know was going on? And people just go like, what the fuck are you even doing here? Do you have a degree? Because I was hired, you know what I mean? Like, before there was a degree attached to my job. Now I think you need like a network communications degree or some shit to even apply for that job. Or network systems operation or whatever the fuck it is. A bachelor's. But I got hired, you know, they were just looking for computer savvy people and I was that. So.
Or at least like a very specialized associate's degree or something.
No, it's a bachelor's.
It is, yeah.
They require a bachelor's in network administration, I believe, to even apply for the job. But the quote went up. They're making like, I was making between 23 and 25 an hour, and now they're making 40.
Yeah.
So, although, you know, cost of living and everything, 10 years has gone by. That's what I was telling the guys the other day. They were trying to, you know, they were like, you know, I know Paul, they were talking to education shit, and I've come to realize that like some of the anecdotal information that I have from the close to 10 years I spent working in the education system is still valid and relevant, and a lot of it isn't. 10 years is a fucking long time to be apart from a job, a decade, you know what I mean? And so what I would say now might not even fucking apply anymore in a lot of cases. You know,
I feel the same about Amazon. Like, I know a lot of shit's changed since I left.
Oh, fuck yeah, yeah. Contextualize the pay. How long ago was this? I got hired in 2008, and my starting pay was 15 for the first year because I was provisional, and then got bumped to 22, and then went up to 25 by my 8th year when I quit. So I was there 8 years, and I got hired in 2008 or late 2007. So I left in late 2015, so close to 8 years. And yeah, so it was not bad money, man. My ex-wife and I were able to buy a house based on that income. It provided really, really top shelf medical insurance for both me and her. So that was a huge boon to my job. Was that, you know, it didn't pay as well as her job did. She was a college graduate, but her job offered no health care at all, and my job offered government employee health care. So, do you have OnlyFans? No. So weird, man. Dude, Rule 34 doesn't apply to every fucking single human being yet, okay? Now, it still applies to everything that exists, but not every individual has porn of them out, okay? You're gonna trim that beard and make it look fresh? No, the point of having it like this is to not look fresh. I want it to look like I live in the fucking woods, bro. Like a man. I don't want to be some like foo-foo aristocrat, man. I want you to look at me and think that fat motherfucker probably pillages villages. Okay? That fat motherfucker looks like a lumberjack that got laid off. Okay? You know why? Because behind the fucking facade, I'm soft as a muffin. I'm an emotional wreck. Cry at the drop of a hat. This beard is my beard. Jerry, you are fucking right about that, man. If I ever get like wealthy, I'm gonna get myself a big old fucking Cuban link. Not like, you know what I mean? Not like so chunky that it tries to chop my head off when I'm wearing it, but I want a fat fucking Cuban right there. Blam. Gold as fuck too. Yeah, Rick Ross, a Big Daddy Rick Ross chain. No bust down, solid yellow gold. But only if I get rich. That's retarded. Otherwise, that's retarded. And like a tiny little chain on a dude like me, that doesn't look right, man. You gotta have something thick and boisterous if you're gonna look like me and wear a train. Okay? You are gorgeous, Mr. Ego. Thanks, Papa Ski Mask. I appreciate that. Cool, sure, thanks. I was explaining to people earlier that this is my fat guy, fat white guy, it's summer and I don't give a fuck shirt. If you don't, people have been real nice, but if you see something you don't like, look away. I don't know. White gold is where it's at. Hey, you get your fucking Cuban, I'm getting mine. Okay? If I ever get a Cuban or a grill, it's going to be yellow gold. Solid yellow. That's it. No diamonds, no bullshit. Gold only. New chain instead of a new watch then? Nah, dude, my watches don't cost a chain, bro. The type of chain I'm talking about, see, I'm kind of a jewelry nerd. Like, I don't want to buy it, but I've watched a lot of those fucking, like, icebox videos and rappers buying chains and, like, exposés on the rap industry and how rappers are ripped off and blah, 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 and, like, chains are faked and yeah. I've done the deep dive. I've gone down to, like, halfway at least down the iceberg, okay, of rappers and their chains. And I've been obsessed with it for a long time, too, because my favorite rapper when I was a kid, and still to this day, was Slick Rick, and he was known for just, like, an absurd amount of drip. Go look up Slick Rick from the 80s. Like, even now, he doesn't show up without an absurd amount of drip, but this dude would have a fucking diamond eye patch on, 8 big old donkey ropes. You know what I mean? Like, the dude was, it was absurd levels of gold on this motherfucker, right? And so, like, I've always wanted to have a Cuban chain. I think they look so nice. A little mirror polished fucking 2-side Cuban, flat as fuck, just beautiful. But the size that would look good on me would probably cost me about $4K. That's a lot of fucking money to drop. You can make diamonds in a lab now. Drake is actually a gangster. That's why so many... No, he is not, dude. Drake played the cripple kid on Degrassi High, dude. He ain't no gangster, bro. He's a rich kid. He's a rich child actor that got himself a rap career, and I got no problem with that. I just do have a problem when people take any kind of beef that he throws out seriously when he talks about gunplay or killing or anything. Like, this dude is so far from that life and being about that life. And I say the same fucking shit about Kendrick, too. Kendrick is not about that life. Okay, this dude might be like affiliated through a cousin or something, but he ain't fucking about grabbing the blick. So why are they shooting at each other in the fucking, beef raps? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but I come from the 90s where beef was real beef. Beef was when your moms ain't safe up in the street. Beef was when you rolled no less than 30 deep. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. One more time, what's beef? That actually used to be a true song. What's Rule 34? I don't know all the fucking crack commandments, bro. Oh, Rule 34. You're behind. You need to just Google, man. I'm not Google. You just type that into a Google bar, you'll know. Gold is up to 2,400 an ounce. Yeah, that's why I said it'd be about a 4K chain, because it'd be about 1.5 ounces of gold. All the way around with the clasp and workmanship, craftsmanship and shit. I'd probably pay like 4 to 5K. Pretty nasty. What's beef? Just fake the chain? Hell fucking no. Bro, can I tell you something, man? Don't fake the funk. Okay? Gold is already valuable as fuck, bro. What do you mean could be valuable soon? Never, ever, ever fake the funk, Nikki. Never. There is no need to get knockoff shit, ever. Just don't do it. It looks fucking lame. Your fucking neck will turn green. You get a fake ass gold thing. Hell no. Link up all your watches to make a chain. That sounds retarded. You'd have to get a gold chain made that had like, oh, that would be fucking dope. I've never seen a rapper that has that, dude. If you were a badass rapper and you got like one of each of the big 5 watches, right? You got a Rolex, you got a Patek, you got a Vacheron Constantine, you got an Audemars Piguet, you got a fucking Along and Sona. You took them all off their straps, get a special gold chain made to hold them. Have the most expensive one right in the center of the chain. Bro. Oh, dude, have a Richard Mille to be the clasp on the back. Like when you reach back, you got to pull back on a Richard Mille to get out of the chain. See, this is why you guys need to make me a famous rapper, because that's why Beauregard needs to go. Because I would be dope, dude. Sounds a bit garish to me. That's the point. The point is to be garish. That's the point. And see, that's the thing. And I've maintained this, okay? And maybe it's because I one time did acid 48 hours straight while listening to Post Malone's Go Flex. But I just want to go flex. I already have a rap name. I'm a rapper. My name's Beauregard. I'm with the French. Call me Beauregard. I'll never admit that again, though. Yeah. I work with Andrew in here. We've made 5 or 6 songs together. You can look it up. Search Beauregard, Marshall Manson, Andrew on YouTube, and you'll find all the songs. What kind of beats do you like? Trap. Like for me to rap on, I like kind of like old schooly trappy beats with heavy 808 bass. I like shit that'll blow a fucking normal speaker out type of bass. Overdrive it, because I want to hear it. Yeah, go listen.
What would you call my taste?
You are into hyper pop and I don't know, what would you call DeAntwoord? Like Zeph rap shit, like South African rap.
It's like rap rave, I think is probably the best.
Yeah,
way to
like
put it.
rap rave. Yeah, like rap disco.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you're a little all over the place when it comes to hip hop. I mean, you don't seem to mind when I play the type of shit that I like, but I've never heard you like throw on my style of shit. Except for we have a little crossover. We both like Charlie XCX and that Alice Long U Gow girl and all that.
She's all over the place. Those 2 songs that are on that playlist
Or nothing. I know. I wouldn't look at her. She's an avant-garde artist. But I would say so are DeAntwoord. So, dude, I would totally rap with Billy. He just never asked me to do it. I wasn't doing Beauregard shit back when I knew Billy and we were working together real close. But dude, I would so hop on a beat with Billy. Faux show. But I don't even think Billy knows that I rap. And I don't rap super well. I've just appreciated the art form for so long that I can do it pretty proficiently, but I'm not like the most fire rapper you've ever heard or anything.
You're letting the beat carry it.
Yeah. I'm trying to make more modern like rap because that's kind of how
that's how it works now.
Right.
You do the beat first and the lyrics.
I mean, if you take the lyrics out of like a Playboi Carti song, all you're hearing is, you know, I'm off a beam for real. I'm off a lean for real. I'm off a beam for real. But you put that beat in there and it's like, all right, I can groove to this. I'm not as repetitive as all that, but I'm also like not really capable of doing like drill rap. I'm trying. I'm working on a song with Andrew now. And I'm really trying to rap a drill beat on it. but it's my first time trying that. So you thought about doing voice acting, you're pretty good at it. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's like, people say that to me all the time, but I've just never like looked into like, I know I'd have to make a demo reel. I know I would have to do some work, probably for free, so that I could have some shit to send to people to give them an idea of my range and shit. It's just one of those things that like a lot of people have interesting or unique voices, and very few people get a job voice acting. It's super popular now.
And so many just normal actors do it now.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things they love. Well, because a lot of normal actors have really recognizable voices. And so it's good to throw them on these projects. It's like you're almost telling me, like, you should be in movies. It's like, well, okay, thanks. But, like, that takes a, unique combination of singular dedication and, I'm sorry to say it, luck. Right place, right time kind of shit.
Right people.
Right people, yeah.
That's the biggest thing. That's why there's all these like Hollywood dynasties.
Yeah.
Like Nick Cage probably wouldn't have taken off if he wasn't part of the Coppola dynasty.
I mean, even what we do now is like that.
Yeah.
Like, one of the reasons I can make money doing this, and so many other people that might be more talented than me or that are trying can't, is because I know people in the business. Like, people know me in the business. I'm like not a super celebrity or anything, but I've just worked with podcasters a lot. And so I've got some avenues to talk to some, and maybe even work with some really big names in the business. And that type of thing sews you up. You have a built-in fan base. You get to, crossbreed your fan base with...
Or at least built-in exposure.
Yeah. Right, and it just it makes you bona fide in the community when you're attached to a project that, like I am, right? Like, TJ is known way wider than I probably ever will be. He got super famous on YouTube for a while. Him, like a lot of people, have suffered in the wake of the adpocalypse and shit, and his viewership has kind of dropped off. But the truth of the matter is that people still know who he is. And that has cachet, right? And he's still out there making shit, and that has cachet. And so, make no bones about it, like, as talented as you might think I am, that talent was seen by the right person at the right time, right? So, I knew TJ because before he was a big giant thing on YouTube, he and I were sniping back and forth and then laughing with each other and stuff on YouTube in the very early Wild West YouTube days. And that connection that we, made maybe in 2007, 8, 9, and then I really kind of just wasn't on YouTube a whole lot in the early 2010s because I was working a lot. And it was always just a hobby to me. And then, like 2012, 13, I popped back up on the scene and made another video against TJ, and it ended up being a big video for me because, I think I pwned him. I think it's like a lot of people say it's one of the only times TJ was ever pwned. And I'm proud of that. I don't think I necessarily pwned him into the grave, but I do think I was right. And that put me back on. It got me a taste for it again. So like in 2012, 13, I started making more videos, and I started doing Q&A videos, and then TJ started like highlighting my videos and stuff and talking about the things and like sending people over to my channel. So that cross-pollination got my name out there a lot. And then in 2015, I got a phone call from a dude I had never met, but I was aware of, Ben from the Drunken Peasants. And he said, "Hey dude, I got your number from TJ. I hope it's cool that I called you." I said, "Yeah, that's fine, man." He's like, "You want to come on as a guest on our podcast?" And I'd watched a couple. Well, I'm not going to claim I was like the biggest DP fan in the early days, but I knew about it. I'd seen it. And I've always been a dude that, like, if you reach out to me in earnest and shit, I won't go on every fucking show. But if I'm interested in the show, I'll go. I'll do it. I'm not like a hard guy to convince to get on a show. And so I thought, that'll be cool. You know, I'll just go on and be funny with the guys. And I did that, and the audience just loved me from the jump. Right? From the very start, that episode did well. And then I think the second time I was on, or no, yeah, the second time I was on, I did a debate with Razor Fist on gun control that went over really well with the audience at the time, which was, you know, very politically mixed throughout the entirety of DP. And then, you know, like the third time I was on was the We Were There manatee thing. I got a call when I was at work. And I was like setting up a lab, doing overtime, summer. I was like, fuck. Look at my phone and it's Ben. So I answer it and he's like, hey, Paul, you're on the air. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm at work. What do you need? And he's like, we want you to come on tonight and talk to Brett Keane. Can you do that? And I was like, well, yeah, it'll be a couple hours, but he was like, oh. And in my mind, I was like, they want me to go on and pwn Brett Keane like now. And I was, you know, I had purview. I was there, like I said, on overtime. I didn't have to finish up the last row of computers. I could come back tomorrow. And so I said, you know what, dude, fuck it. I'm leaving. I'll be home in 20. He was like, yeah. He just hung up. That was so cool. Yeah, and that was the one that blew me up in the community because I just eviscerated the manatee and his little fucking sycophants live in front of everybody. It was very, very ugly, but fun. They had me back again after that. And, had me on again after that. And I was on with the Vigilant Christian. So at that time, I was trying to listen to the community. The community seemed to love me when I was being angry, acerbic, and just going for the throat on someone, right? And so I started to learn, I started to pick up on this idea that, like, these guys are bringing me on here because I had, and I talked to this about Destiny, or with Destiny a few days ago. A handful of sand in the dialogue, right? I'm coarse. I'm not afraid of verbal disagreement. And in fact,
I have much reputation that you were freaking out about.
Right, and I'm still to this day don't want to build myself up as some fucking big intellectual somebody or whatever the fuck. I'm not trying to be a professor someday or a politician or an actor. I just like doing what I do, right? And so I had very little like qualms about what I would say and do to make people laugh. And so they had me on after the Brett Keane one. There was a second Brett Keane one that I did, I think. And then the Cridulant Vishton, they had me on last minute for that. And I just kind of like took a really acerbic road for it. Acerbic road with the Vigilant Christian, and they loved it because he got real mad. Usually they'd talked to him before. And they were, you know, I'm not saying they weren't aggressive with him. But they were trying to keep him like in the zone where he wouldn't just get mad and run away. And I didn't give a fuck because it wasn't my show. And I didn't think the Cridulant Vishton was the best thing on the show anyway. So if he ran away with his tail between his legs, win-win. And so me and Ben picked up on that. And he started playing this Mario dying from Mario 1 music, the boop, boom, 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 boom. You know, boop, boop, boop. He started playing that because it's the Vigilant Christian Mario. Mario was his first name. And so every time I would say something, Ben would play that noise when the Cridulant Vishton started to talk. And I would die laughing. And he was like, are we just going to be this childish? You know, and I was like, yep. You know, and by that time, like Paul Frenzy started to happen in the community. It was like, dude, I would show up in the chat when I wasn't invited on, and people would be like, oh, fucking Paul's here, better call. They started doing Better Call Paul. Or Call Paul. And it was just like, oh, cool. And then, like, I got a phone call one day, and it was from TJ. And Ben was there, and they were like, hey, we want to offer you a little side gig position. And what days are you available? So I told them my work schedule and kind of told them that like I work a lot of overtime too, so it'd have to be after this time. They were like, that's good. We're doing later nights anyway, later shows. And they offered me a money per week to be a guest on every Friday show. And, for me, that was just like cool. It was just like easy money per week. It wasn't a ton of money, but it was like extra money that I could bring home. Nice. So during all of that, my marriage collapsed. And I ended up getting divorced. Did a no-fault divorce thing where it was like, phew, I just signed everything over to her basically. I didn't want to disrupt her life. I wasn't trying to ruin her, like steal half of everything. I just took a little money and I took my fucking computer and my clothes and I went. And in the middle of that, I was like, well, I'm ass out. Because now I've severed my economic ties with my wife. I have no job. At that time, I'd gone back to school. So I'd quit my job. And so I was like, I have no income right now other than, I'll tell you guys what it was. It was $400 a week. $400 a show to be on VP every Friday. I don't feel like I'm betraying anybody's trust saying that. But it's just not enough to live. Not very well, anyway. I mean, I might have been able to scrape along for a while on, like, savings, shit like that.
I mean, you probably could have gone for, like, food stamps or something and maybe a little easier.
I didn't want to do that, though. I wanted a job. Not a one-day-a-week thing that I was scraping by on. I wanted a fucking jabby jab. Did your wife at the time have any negative opinions about your online personal interactions? Yeah, but I don't want to go into it. It didn't cause us to break up, but it was, well, there was I don't want to, you know what? My initial reaction was right. Yes, but let's not.
No longer relevant.
No, it really isn't, and it would just be old salt from a wound that's long ago turned into a scar on me, so. But anyway, I just kind of like, I was like, I moved to Texas. I was living in a hotel. And I just had no fucking clue what I was doing. And I stayed there for a couple of days, just like recouping, right? I also went down there to meet a girl, so that helped me recoup. But that's another story. And I just was, all of a sudden it was like a ton of bricks. Because I've never been like unemployed in my life. Since I was 16, I've had a part-time job at least. Under contract of employment at the very least. For a very short amount of time, I was unemployed. 18, when I got kicked out of the house, I had to find a new job. I just I've never not worked. And so my plan was to call TJ, but I had this feeling that they were going to be like, yeah, dude, I mean, maybe someday, but like, yeah, we're not really going to do it right now. We're not really sure, blah, blah. And I wouldn't blame him. I hadn't been doing it for a long time. I was only on, at that point, I want to say like maybe 10 episodes or something, maybe 11, 12 episodes, 12 weeks worth of being on the show, maybe. And my plan was call TJ that in the evening, because I knew he was a night owl like me. And then if he didn't seem amenable or I couldn't get a hold of him, then spend the next day just putting in applications everywhere. And I was going to do it wrong because I'm such a fucking boomer. Like the last time I had to go put in applications at various places, I was like in my 20s. And you used to go door to door. Hey, can I speak to the manager? Can I get an application? Now you just go on, they just tell you, like, go online, you know, like, so
I mean, I don't think you're completely wrong. Like, I think you had the right instinct about, like, you should follow up with people.
Yeah, but I was going to go in, because, like, sometimes...
Yeah, some places, they just won't give you an app.
Some places will hire your ass, like, back in my day, some places will hire your ass right there.
But now there's some places where it's like, oh, you have to go online to put the app in.
Yeah.
Some little stupid test.
So I was right. I waited till the night time. I called TJ. He picked up the phone. Hey, Paul, what's up? I told him what was going on with me. He said, oh, you're not going to be on the show Friday. I was like, no, I got my setup here, and I got it set up in the hotel. I'll be able to be on the show. And he was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, but I don't have a job. I'm living in Texas in a hotel. And he was like, oh. And I was like, so I thought I'd shoot my shot, ask if you guys want to have me on a more permanent basis. You don't got to pay me any fucking rich sum of money. I just need more than I'm making now, man. And I want to devote time to it, and I think I'm good there. But and he said, let me call you back, and just hung up in my face. And I was like, shit, what does that mean? Now, knowing TJ, it just means, like, I have to talk to somebody else about this, so let me call you back. But, like, back then, I was just like, he's blowing me off. Like, he's going to call the guys and go, like, no, I'm Paul, right? No. 3 no's, fucking. Called me back, like, an hour later and was like, all right, dude, we'll pay you X amount. You're on every show. It's provisional. We're going to have you for 6 months. At the end of the 6 months, if we don't like what you're doing, you're fired. If we do like what you're doing, we'll talk about a more permanent contract, like a year-long contract. And I was like, cool. I was like, thank you. I'll take it. And so from that moment on, I was a drunken peasant. Part of my job was I had to come out of pocket to go to LA. They were big on that, because that was really where I was hired. Like they were like, he told me that on the phone, but he was like, this is all contingent on you getting to LA. Can you get to LA? I was like, fucking A. What else am I gonna do? I got no job. So I booked a Motel 6 on Hollywood Boulevard. And me and my girlfriend, she got on her first plane, you know, and we went to fucking LA. And by the seat of my pants, man, I had dwindling funds in the bank, but I got to meet the guys in person. They saw I was like a chill dude. They kind of gave me some tasks that I think, if I'd have fucked them up, might have influenced things. Like, when I got there, I started talking, like, I met TJ, I met Scotty. Ben hadn't come in yet. And so we went and got lunch. And then we went to the rental house that they had gotten, which happened to be, by the way, the house that Dana, what's-her-name, from Poltergeist was murdered in, which is kind of a fun little trivia fact in West Hollywood there. You can look up the address of it. We stayed in that house. It was kind of cool. Not because it's cool for a woman to be murdered, but you know what I mean. That's like Hollywood lore or whatever. Anyway, so we went to that house, and basically the guys were like, so you said you got a green card, right? And I was like, yeah. I pulled it out, and they were like, can you go buy us weed? And I was like, yeah. What do you guys want? Well, get us blah, 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 blah. And they just handed me like $400 and sent me on my way in an Uber. And so I went and Ubered my way to a fucking weed shop in Studio City right there. I tipped the driver with a pre-roll. That was cute. She was like, damn, you got a fat sack of weed. And I was like, well, I gotta tell you, you've done a good job. Thank you for staying and waiting for me here. I got a little something for you. And I reached out and gave her a fatty fucking pre-roll. I was like, she was like, oh shit. So it was chill. I was good at Uber back in the day. Uber used to be fucking chill in LA. Not anymore. It's fucked now. But had her Uber me back to the house, and I got just a bunch of edibles and about half an ounce of weed for the guys, twisted up, some of it twisted up in pre-rolls, other just loose flowers of various types. A lot of edibles. They wanted a lot of edibles, so I got them good ass fucking medical gummies from back in the day that you can't even get no more. Like 25 milli a pop on a gummy bear. Yeah. So I warned them. I got like 200 of those, and I was like, guys, don't eat these like gummy bears. These are fucking huge. And Scotty was like, man, I know what's what, blah, blah, blah. He grabs a fucking fistful. I was like, dude, Scotty going to nap. And he did. Scotty went bye-bye. So did Ben, though. Ben ate too many of them. But me and TJ both got like a prodigious weed tolerance. And so we ended up having a weed off. Smoking. Ate up all the gummies. Ate up all the chocolates, you know. Pimp Monk tried to keep up. Ended up falling asleep. That was a badass fucking time in my life, man. It was just like scary as fuck. Because I had no fucking clue what was what. But, yeah, dude. It's also like liberating to not worry about your future and just think about the moment for a few months or years, you know. It's not sustainable, but that's how I fucking got through it. I was just like, I'm on a train now, and I can jump off any moment I want, but I think that would be dumb. So I'm gonna just ride this fucking boogie ass train till the wheels fall off this motherfucker. And I'm still on the train. Changed tracks a couple of times, but I'm here, you know. Weird. Weird to think about. Obviously, you're a good showman, but it's funny they partially hired you for your green card. I don't think it was a green card. It was, can Paul be trusted to come through on the shit he says? So another thing they tested me on that I didn't talk about is I told them, and this is true, it's like, guys, I used to roadie back in the early 2000s for a new metal band called Spread Needle. Did like a little coastal tour. I've dealt with these like venues. I know how to work their boards a little bit and their lighting. A lot of times, you know, these dudes will require you to do things that you don't expect. And I was like, I will be there on site for you guys if you want me to be a resource. And they came back to me and were like, you're the point guy. Like, we've already given them your name. We've told them that you'll show up an hour before the show and make sure everything's chill. We're gonna do. And they had a list of things they wanted. DJ with certain types of music, which the venue said that they could do, but they didn't have anybody there to do it. They wanted a VIP area roped off so that they could sit down because there was no green room at the venue. And they wanted 3 or 4 mics and 4 chairs for a little brief stage show Q&A. Fair enough. I show up to the place like an hour and a half early. Find the loading dock where we go in the back. Also found out that they did indeed not have a green room. I thought they would have something. They didn't. So I got them to get the velvet ropes out, rope off a corner, and put enough seating just for the guys and me and my our girlfriends at the time. Then I was like, all right, well, where's the lighting and sound and guy, the DJ guy? And he was like, you guys got to bring that. He's like, the lighting board is over there, sound is over there. I was like, fuck. So I went and looked. Lighting board was standard, so I was able to get a good fucking mix of light up. I was able to pre-program 2 settings. One of them just for like the music time, like lower light with like more of a mingle atmosphere, and then boom, number 2 hot. Right next to it was audio cables, but we'd brought my Microsoft Surface, and it was literally like just RGB cables, and I needed a RGB. It wasn't RGB, but whatever. It was some sort of, I can't remember what the audio, it was some like coaxial audio or some shit. And I was like, fuck. And so I pulled out my phone and I'm looking for like a parts store. I'm like, no shit. There's like an electronics store like a block from here. So I hoofed it. Went over there, told them what I needed, bought the fucking thing, went back, told my girlfriend to Uber over now because she had to be the DJ. She was more than happy to oblige. I got it all set up on my laptop. I showed her how to work the fucking 2 lighting settings that I got set up. This is for when we're mingling. This is for when we're on the stage. I got the mics cabled and 4 mic stands, 4 chairs. And everything was done 30 minutes before the guys showed up, which was an hour before the people showed up. It was optical. It was optical, and I needed to get optical to like headphone jack or whatever the fuck. Yeah, there was no Bluetooth, unfortunately. That would have been easy. So, is there a crossroads moment in your life that haunts you or makes you proud? There's a number, yeah. I mean, I told the story. I'm not going to do it all again. Told the story of getting carjacked when I was 16, 17 years old. That was tough. That was a crossroads moment in my life. It was never the same after. My divorce would be another one of those moments. I think meeting my current wife was another one of those like fulcrum lever moments where it could have gone either way, but it went the right way.
I think it was a fulcrum.
Yeah. I was hurt, and so were you. We were not probably in our best mental shape to try and collide together.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. I was fresh out of a really fucking tough breakup. You were talking about going through one and coming to me. You know, I feel like that was a delicate time. But worked out, you know. Do you have any pets before Little D? Yeah, I had a dog. I had a couple of 3 dogs before Little D in my adult life. I had Boogie, who was a mini schnauzer. And she unfortunately died very young at 5 from pancreatic failure. She was a mutt. Well, not a mutt, but like she was inbred. She was a mutant. That's what I was trying to say. She's a mutant. So she was cute as a button, but she was a runt. So she was tiny for a mini schnauzer. She was white, which I've learned after is a sign in schnauzers of mutations and inbreeding, even though it makes them cute. Because she had these dark black eyes, like 2 little pieces of coal. You couldn't even see her irises. It was just blackness. And they had, of course, cropped her ears. So instead of the flop, she had the like little devil points. Cropped her tail, so instead of the big floofy tail, she had the little, and she would just look at you like, she felt evil. I used to call her devil. But she was my bestest friend in the world. Yeah. She was so fucked up genetically that when we took her to get her puppy shots, she died of anaphylaxis, had to be resuscitated on the table. We got her a shot. I picked her up. They were like, yeah, she's gonna be pretty, sluggish. They usually are. She'll probably sleep a lot today. And I said, okay. Picked her up, got her all bundled up, and I'm carrying her to go pay. And all of a sudden she starts yelping in my arms. She's like, and everybody's kind of looking, and I look down at her, and all of a sudden she just pisses and shits at the same time on me. I was like, and the nurse grabbed her and just ran to the back with her and was like, doctor, pulled the doctor out of a consultation straight to the back. I was looking through this little window, and they had her on a mask, and they were pumping, breathing for her. And I was like, what the fuck happened? So my girlfriend at the time would eventually be my ex-wife. We were together yet, that we weren't married yet, and she was a fucking mess, of course. So I'm trying to we're sitting in they gave us a consultation room. She's sobbing in there. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what happened. They gave me things to clean myself up. Took off my sweater and fucking cleaned off my pants as best as I could. And we sat in there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. This doctor comes in. I'll never forget him. He was a great doctor. His name was Dr. Sahota. He was a very thick, Indian accent. And he said, he comes in. I said, what happened? And he said, well, I didn't know at first. He said, I had to look. He called her your sweet little baby the whole time because he was her doctor from then on. I looked up your sweet little baby and what happened. And it turns out that a very minute fraction of dogs have severe anaphylactic reaction to vaccines. And I was like, so she passed? He was like, no, we saved her. She's okay. She's awake. She's very weak. We will have to keep her, but she will live. And I was like, well, thank you. He said, but she's a very special little baby. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He said, she cannot be vaccinated ever. She will die. That means she cannot be around other animals or dogs. She should not be outside of your house. And I was like, or she will die. She will get parvo. She will get this. She listed off all the shit she would get. I was like, all right. I was like, there's nothing we can give her. He's like, nope. Any vaccination will trigger anaphylaxis in your sweet baby. She will die. I said, okay, fair enough. I'm only bringing her to you because I don't want to have to explain this to another doctor and have them not listen. He was like, that is fine. I will be, he worked at, remember Banfield?
Yeah.
It was inside of what's the pet store? Petco.
Yeah.
PetSmart, whatever. He was my doctor from then on. Next day I came to pick her up. She's doing much better. She's eating soft food. Very weak. She's very tired. She did not sleep much. But she's better. We're going to send her home with you. With some prescription food. It's just very easy. Make sure she gets lots of water and she sleeps. And I said, okay. And so I bundled her up. Took her home. And I lived in a split level condo. So I started to take her upstairs. I was going to put her on the bed. And as soon as I started going up, she started whining. And I was like, went back down and she was fine. I started going up. She didn't want to go high. I don't know why. And so I was like, fuck. So I put her down on the couch and got some pillows around her. Went upstairs and got my blanket and some pillows. And I made a pallet on the ground. Because she wouldn't leave my side. She wouldn't go upstairs.
Wouldn't quit whining.
Wouldn't quit whining. And so I slept with her for 4 straight days on the ground. Spent time with her. I took my fucking vacation time so I could be off with her. Because she would not let me out of her sight. And she got better. And then the first time I actually had to leave, she destroyed my bed. The next time I had to leave, she destroyed the carpet in the room we put her in. The next time I tried to leave, she ate her way through a wood thing that we had my girlfriend's dad build us to trap her in the kitchen.
Like a baby gate or whatever.
It was like a bit more solid and higher.
Yeah.
And he just installed it for us. It was made of wood, and she chewed her way through it, got out, and chewed up a pillow in the living room. And so I took her to Dr. Sahota, and he said she has separation anxiety. And I was like, probably because I slept with her 3 days after she died for a week. And he was like, yes, well. And he said, we'll give her a medicine you can give her. It'll calm her down, but it may make her very dopey and sleepy. And I was like, so I gave it to her 2 days, and I just couldn't do it to her anymore. She was dopey by the time I got home still. It was like she was not there anymore. So I was like, fuck it. So I fixed up my bed to the best I could. Fixed up the little pillow on the couch she'd ripped up, put the stuffing back in it, taped it up. I was living pretty fucking, I wasn't high on the hog, And the vet bill was pretty staggering on that, you can imagine. But she eventually got over it. I think she just sensed it, that I don't want to give you this med. She was very smart. That was the thing about Boogie that I think connected me with her more than any other dog that I had growing up.
It's like she could sense your intent really well.
I believe some weird shit about Boogie. I think that we soul bonded or something like that when she died in my arms. And when they brought her back, she just couldn't be with anybody but me. And I didn't want any other dog but her. And so it was just like this symbiotic kind of friendship. And that's the only dog I've ever had. I call D my little friend all the time. I don't consider it a friendship. It's not like a human friendship. It's different. He's my pet. I love him. My little guy. Wouldn't say he's been my friend. I get, this is a tough thing. She was on a different level though. Of even him. Don't let him hear that. But like as far as like, we had this intuitive connection where once I could explain shit to her. I shit you not. She would sit there, those dark eyes, black as coal, tiny little white fluff ball looking at you with those devil's eyes. And I would say, Boogie, you are not going to shit down here no more. I know you don't like going upstairs, but that's where your pee pads are going to be. Because I don't want to smell it, and I don't want it down here on the carpet. So they're upstairs, you know? And I shit you not, she'd sit there like, and then she'd listen, but only to me. She came home and started like she was barking at something. And my girlfriend at the time, her fiance by that point, was like, hey, shut up. She would just, but if I came home, I could just look at her. I'd come home, she'd go to the thing, look out the little, because we had one of those windows next to the door that was long and tall. That was her spot. She didn't want to be out there, but she didn't want anybody else to be out there either. So she would fucking see a kid run by, you know, and I would just go like, and she'd look, and I'd go. And she'd just go like, go jump on the couch. My old videos, which people saved some of them. There's early archives of my shit. You'll see her in the background in like 9/10 of them. She's always near me. She would sleep on the back of the couch while I was chilling at the computer all day. On my days off and shit. When I was making videos, she was back there. And she just never left my side till the end. Yep. I was there when she died. Twice. But yeah, she's special to me. I can talk about her without getting super emotional now. But it was years before I felt like I could even really care about another animal. Because I quickly learned that whatever that was, soul bonding is a stupid fucking word. Whatever that was, though, was different than every other thing. You know? Different kind of relationship. Just take it out of the dog realm. Never had that kind of I've never felt that psychically, I don't even know what you'd say. You know? She was like my familiar.
Did he say how long it took to bring her back?
I mean, no. I don't remember if he did. But are you saying she might have been brain damaged or something?
Probably at least a little bit.
She was so smart, though.
Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily, like, brain damage can have a lot of different effects.
Well, usually it's intellectual deficiency, is it? No, right? It was like one of them. I mean, I guess it can be like blindness, deafness, but she didn't have any of that. I think it damaged her internal organs more because she died of pancreatic failure. So she would get pancreas attacks and would retch up her food. And the only way to get her to eat food was to give her a pretty high dose NSAID to reduce the inflammation of her pancreas. It wasn't cancer, it was just bad genetics. That's what they told me when she died. She was inbred.
But I just meant like the aggression and anxiety could have been a side effect of brain damage too.
Yeah. I mean, the anxiety worked itself out. And she really did. She was, I don't mean to paint her as somebody. She wasn't like, she never bit nobody. I think she would bite somebody she didn't know, but she was kept indoors. The people that came in and out of my house knew her, and she loved them all. I would say that the person she was closest to is my friend Brian. Like, he would come by, and she's the only person, she would get up in his lap. And I was like, yeah, Boogster, man. Her real name was Boognish, which is the god of chaos and whatever, wisdom and mushrooms in the Ween universe. Boognish.
Fitting name for her.
Yeah, she was a demon. And me and my ex were into both big Ween fans. And so Boognish just seemed to fit her really well. Mom, shoo, waddy, waddy. No, and she loved music too. That was another thing about her. She loved Ween. We would play. There's a couple of albums that she liked. My favorite album, The Mollusk, and then she liked Chocolate and Cheese a lot, which is not my favorite album. But she had like preferences for TV shows. She had preferences for music. She had preferences for the video games I played, because oftentimes she would sit on the back of the couch and watch me play. And certain ones she liked watching more than others. She'd share my excitement when I got a kill. Like, I'd turn around and she'd be all like... See, just like, never really had that with another animal before, you know, and I don't know that I ever will. How did you get her? Unfortunate story, but got her from a breeder. Yeah. So I was in my 20s. The first dog I ever bought. I'm allergic to animal dander, and so was my ex. So we needed to get a dog that didn't shed. So there are certain breeds. We also lived in kind of a small condo, so we needed to get a dog that was small and could tolerate a smaller space. Certain breeds. Check, 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 check. We landed on miniature Schnauzer. There was a lady put a thing in the paper, said mini Schnauzer puppies for sale. I think it was like $400 per puppy. We go over there. It's out in the country in Madera County. And it's just like, you know, there's this playpen in the middle of the living room. They invite us in. Inside of it are the cutest wiggly butt little puppies you've ever seen. 4 little gray and black Schnauzers, and then Boogie sitting with her leg cocked out, like she always sat for her whole life, by the way. She never sat like a dog. She would sit on her ass and then roll over on a cheek and spread her legs. So she was sitting like that in a puddle of her own piss. Just sitting there. She's like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, something wrong with that one. So I picked up one of the little wiggly boys. And I was like, oh, yeah. They were licking, you know. And I'm just like, all right, this guy right here seems like he's probably... And I looked over, and my girlfriend had Boogie. And I looked at the way she was looking at Boogie, and I was like...
Guess it's this one.
She walked over. I tried. I shot my shot. I had my wiggly boy. She walked over. I want this one. She's so beautiful. Look how cute she is. I was like, yeah. She's also kind of dopey. And she was sitting in a puddle of her own piss. And she's like, oh, well, where else was she supposed to get? I was like, it's fucking over. Put Wiggly Boy down. She got named Boognish on the way home because I put my CD changer on random and a Boognish song played. Boognish was her name. Good choice. But the next day, the day after that, she died in my arms. Crazy fucking start. And then she didn't even really like my girlfriend all that much. She didn't really like anybody all that much except me.
There's another turning point. Could have had that wiggly boy. Ended up with Boogie.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows, man? Life.
I think Cricket and I are close-ish to that level, maybe.
I mean, I don't know. You guys are definitely way closer than I am with Cricket. It's like I wouldn't say way closer, but I'm a little closer to Dinor than you are. But, I don't sense like the clear preference. Like I do for him. Like Cricket definitely has a clear preference to be around you. It's different with cats though.
Yeah.
But it would depend on how you feel. Like, do you feel a weird connection with him? Like he kind of knows how you're feeling sometimes and knows what to do sometimes?
I mean, he definitely knows how I'm feeling. I feel like he's maybe not as cooperative as you described Boogie as with you.
Well, that's cats though. Yeah. Cats are not cooperative anyway, yeah. Right? But yeah, do you feel like you can like communicate with him? Like without verbal communication sometimes, or with verbal communication?
Yeah.
Do you feel like a flow of communication between the two of you, or no?
I guess I wouldn't say it's as intimate as you would. I'm just saying close. I didn't say it's the same.
No. I'm not trying to say that it's any less intimate. It's different for every person.
Yeah.
It's just for me, there was something about, because I'm not super well acquainted with death. It's happened to me with my grandparents, but nobody else really. My uncle, my older uncle.
But was Boogie the only one that you saw with your own eyes dying?
Yes, and had her in my arms. She died there, went limp in my arms. So it was like, whoa. A lot of darkness involved in that. Personally, it's like, and then an immediate affinity for the little thing. Like, did I do something wrong? Did I bundle her too tight? Did I squeeze her too hard? No, she's fucking had anaphylaxis. But it's just like, that whole thing goes through your head. And then after, when I went and picked her up, she was so vulnerable. They sent her home, but she was so weak, tired, and dopey still. And they had a medication I had to give her for the pain and stuff, because she was going to be a couple of days before, she was dopey, sleepy. Sweet, sleep right on. I'd lay on my back like this with my shirt off. She'd be right here. Just a little, like 4 slices of bread. Just. And I'd just lay on my back on the pillow and watch fucking TV all day, play games. She'd either want to be there, or if I, couldn't lay on my back anymore, she'd curl up right next to me, right in the crook of me. So she was very. It was there. I've just never, you see how Dinor is. I want him to snuggle, and he's just not he's too wiggly. He's got his own fucking thing. Sometimes he'll cuddle, but I gotta catch him when he's all dopey and tired. Gotta get him up in the middle of the night and just grab him. And sometimes he'll go like, all right. And he'll let me hold him like a little teddy bear sometimes. I couldn't get Boogie off of me at night. Her favorite place was like, okay, so if you're on your side, your legs are bent, the crook of your legs right up against your butt. She was just right there. My cats do that with me, and I love it. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I've never had a cat that liked me that much. Cricket definitely is not going to come sleep next to me. Maybe close to me, but also closer to Amelia.
There were some times where we were cuddling and he was just on top of both of us at the same time.
Yeah, I mean by proxy, like if we're spooning and he's on us.
Yeah.
BRB. Coming out, Zeke. All right, come on out. But you know the rules, buddy. Stay within the cone of the light. Do not into the darkness venture, my boy. Shout out Modelo. Paul, I have to deliver life-changing bad news tomorrow morning. Any advice? It's keeping me up. Directness. Directness and empathy, okay? That's it. That's it, dude. There's no other advice, bro. Any other shit is bullshit. Direct. People appreciate directness. Cheers. I got to do another box tonight. Another box Friday. And then Saturday, I'm fucking finishing it out because I want that FedEx box to be headed back to the Kirks by Sunday. Or Monday, I guess, is probably what it'll leave. Nah, FedEx runs all the time. So they get it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Because they have to do exactly what I'm doing. Like, and I'm taking time, like, customizing the Blu-rays. Like, I want the people that did the pre-order to get something other than just a signature from me. Like, I'm signing every one of them, but I try and do some little special thing on each one. I'm not very artistic, so I'm doing different stuff. But it takes me a while to get through a box. There's 33 in a box. 6 boxes of DVDs for me to sign and customize. So pretty sick. And but it's taken me a while, man. It takes me about an hour and a half, 90 minutes or so to get through a box. And that might be on the low end. Well, that's the thing, is like, I was worried about that too for a second. I was talking to Amelia. I was like, dude, when I mail this off to TJ, it's going to sit in his fucking garage for like 6 months. And then I remembered Scotty lives near TJ now. No, it's sewed up. Scotty will like literally show up and force TJ to do it. So don't worry. It'll get done. And you know who's even better in that fucking vein? And I'm gonna fucking give her mad shout out right now. Taylor is fucking, is not gonna let people drag ass on any merch. She's like a hawk with that shit, bro. So, you know, there ain't gonna be no TJ pause, bro. Trust me. Your effort is appreciated. I hope so. I hope when people end up getting, you know, I don't know what the guys are going to do to them, but the ones that I'm doing, You know, I hope people appreciate my contributions. I'm not very artistic, but I tried to make cool little things and little references to the show and try to do something special in each one. And I'm hiding dicks, sometimes in plain sight, sometimes very hidden. But there are Dick editions, there are John X editions. There's some stuff, okay? Long time no see. I was a huge DP fan growing up, but I'm glad to see you are still active. Yeah, I'm still here. Nah, Taylor's just like Mama Bear personified, bro. She's great. Like, she's looking out for the business, she's looking out for the people, she's looking out for everything, man. And she's always got good intentions, and that's what I love about Taylor. That's one of the things I love about Taylor. Good, bad, right or wrong, what she does from her heart. And like, I always appreciate people that are like that. They're rare in the world, you know. And so, gotta appreciate them when you find them. You think you and the Kirks will ever end up living in the same area again or internet buddies for life? Bro, I don't know, man. It's just like me and Amelia are looking to move to a very specific part of the world. The guys have both expressed interest in coming to visit once we are moved. And if one of them or both of them fall in love with the area while they're there, like me and Amelia did, then we very well may end up in the same town. But I'm looking to settle, man. I've hit the top of the curve, man. It's like, I'm looking to find a little piece of ground to get to become an old man on with my wife and keep working, keep doing what I do. But, you know, and it's starting to look like we're starting to find like properties and stuff in the area we're looking. That are like, well, we could do that. We could swing that. That's actually not bad. That's actually a good deal. So I'm looking for like a small, modest house. Doesn't even matter. Like, I'm not looking for like a double wide is fine. But I want an acre of land. That's it. Just an acre that I can fence off, put up a little shed on, put up a little fucking outbuilding on, have a chicken coop, have a goat or two that roams the fucking property and keeps it all fucking munched. Yeah, looking by the coast. And the area, and usually that's like unattainable, but the area that I'm looking in is actually really fucking reasonable. Like similar prices, sometimes even better prices than you see here locally, and I live in a shithole. So I'm kind of like, I hear you, dude. I'm in the same boat. Buying some land away from the cities to have a family. Fuck city life. Never saw you as somebody to have a goat. Really? I had a goat growing up, yeah. No, having a goat on your land is actually pretty fucking smart. They'll just munch your munches and crunch your crunches. They keep your fucking... So I don't want to have a lawn. That's my thing, is like I have no interest in having a big old fucking Bermuda grass, crabgrass, fucking shit-ass lawn. I just want wild land. You know, keep it fucking trimmed back and cut back away from the house, but just kind of let the land do what it wants. And if you have a goat, that'll help you. If you have 2 goats on an acre, that'll keep your whole acre clean. They just graze all day. Goats are great. I love goats. You can get an acre for 10K-ish in Western Pennsylvania where I'm at. I'm aiming for 5 to 10. Dope. What do you want to do on that 510, Zeke? Or Zach? Sorry, I have a Zeke and a Zach. By the way, Zach, I'm gonna fucking hit you. I know I always tell you this, but I'm hoping we're narrowing down a time frame for when I'm gonna be back east, and you're on my list. So I want to get you booked ahead of time as much as possible. Get you some ideas of like what I'm looking to get done, and all of that. I'm sorry to just like leave you uncontacted and shit. You told me to reach out, and I have not done that. But I just want to let you know that's why. I don't know exactly when yet, and so I don't want to fucking like waste your time because I know you're a busy fucking dude. But anyway, yeah. What are you looking to do with like 5 to 10 or 5 to 8 or whatever you said you wanted? Because that's like you looking to like maybe farm a little, Like do some subsistence farming and maybe some farmers market sales and stuff. You looking to have some animals, like some horses or something? Because 5 acres, you could have a horse pasture. You need about 3-4 acres for a horse to be happy and free. So you could pasture off. Gonna do horse. It's kind of cool. I breed snakes. So building a reptile building, chickens, ducks, emus, hunt deer seasonally. Sick, bro. Sick, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up, man. I gotta get you booked out before you move out to the boonies to become a farmer, man. I need my hands and arms dripped out, bro. I need my hands and forearms dripped. I'm getting into breeding cannabis. Cool. Yeah, with an acre, I could have like a little greenhouse and do a little personal grow. Yeah, dude, my whole thing is I would love to fly you out and shit, but the thing is like, fuck, bro, that's so fucking like disruptive to your whole schedule and your shit. And so it's like, for me, I want to come to you, man. I want you to be comfortable where you're at. I don't want you to have to fucking be totally disruptible or disrupted and shit. I'm already headed back east, so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna hit Fresno to Pittsburgh, land with you, however long you think it's gonna do to what I give you, 2, 3, 4 days probably in the I don't know, maybe a couple days in the chair with you, and then head back east, do the meetup, and then head back there where Amelia's family's at and visit them. You know, that's the fucking trip, man. That's the trifecta. I really tried to get the guys sold on Pittsburgh. They almost went for it, bro. I was like, man, we should just do a Pittsburgh meetup. I'll fly out, I don't care. I can always use a little weekend trip. I go on weekend trips all the time, but you're more than welcome to come out to my shop too. Yeah. That's my thing, bro. Is like I just so appreciate you, like all these years that I've been saying, dude, I'm gonna hit you up, and you're still like, whatever, bro. No, that's cool. I think it'll work out for me to come to you, bro. And I loved Pittsburgh. I've been there when I was a kid, and I actually think it's not as bad as people might think. And you know what? I have begrudging respect for the Steelers as a Raiders fan. We've had some good rivalry there, so I don't mind Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not bad. And so I definitely want to come see you wherever you're at. I know you're maybe not in Pittsburgh proper or whatever, but yeah, bud. It'll be good too, because get it done, bang, boom, pow. I don't know though. I wouldn't want you to fly out all the way here to this place. Well, unless you wanted to fucking go do some fun ass shit on the coast, bro. Because like, we could fucking meet here, take my ride to the coast, get a fucking couple of hotel rooms down there, and you could fucking hit me up wherever you're most comfortable. I'll take you to Pismo, fucking bring your girl, whatever the fuck you want, bro. What do you think? Because like, dude, if I get it done now, I won't be all fucking like wrapped up in plastic and shit for the meetup. That might suck. I gotta get it done and healed up and shit. You know, I'm not saying like now, but maybe towards the end of the summer or something, especially if we ain't moved yet. I grew up on beaches in Florida, so I'm always down for an excuse. Okay, well, fair enough then. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna talk to Amelia. When can we get to Pismo for 3, 4, or 5 days? Maybe on one of our weeks off. I'll hit you up on a time frame that you're available, because I don't want you fucking moving bookings and shit. And then I'll get you flown out, and we'll figure it out from there, bro. But yeah, it's a done deal. I feel like I want to do that. Fuck this. Like, unless shit might change, but I'm gonna get it firmed up for the next month or 2 or some shit, and we'll figure it out one way or the other. We'll get there. You got to get tats now before you get too wrinkly like me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. No, he doesn't even know what I want yet, bro. So I got to get that to him. I got to get all that shit. I got to have that whole fucking thing. So he told me reach out on Instagram. I'll have to make an Instagram. I shut my fucking Instagram down when I got married. Well, before I got married. I was like, well, don't need this dating app that's not a dating app anymore. Yeah, future Paul is always ringing true, dude. Always bringing a little truth from the future. I went to the Oregon coast a couple weeks ago. First time seeing the Pacific Ocean, and it was awesome. Tide pools everywhere. It's definitely where I want to end up one day. All right. I've only been booking a month-ish ahead, so honestly, anytime. We'll work it out whenever. I can make traveling business trip write-off, so I'm always down to travel. Dope. All right, fair enough. Well, I'm gonna get at you the next couple of days then, because I'll talk to Amelia about it. We'll get a time frame booked up, because I'm tired of, like, I'm kind of in stasis right now, because we're looking for that place, and we keep getting close to getting a place, and then, oh, you know, we went with another person, or the fucking thing ghosts us, or whatever the fuck. And so it's like, you know, it's a harder area to move to. It's kind of like a small community, and I think they're really wary about who they let come in, and it's been hard for us to find a rental that'll suit us, and I'm tired of fucking waiting. So I think we're gonna pause even fucking looking if this one that we're looking into doesn't work out, because I'm gonna wait till the fucking summer's over so I can focus on shit, and then we'll go from there. You know what I mean? But I want to hit the beach anyway. I've been meaning to hit Pismo. It's going to be a riot act right now, but like maybe towards the end of August, September, something like that, before the meetup. Yeah. Well, I'll hit you up, bro. We'll figure out what works for you. Yeah. I've done it. It's loads of fun. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same boat, dude. Selling 2 houses and prepping to move. It delays shit, but I'm around whenever, next month, next year. All right, bud. All right. Well, same here, bud. I really do appreciate you, and I know you're the guy I want to work with. I've seen your work. I've already perused it. I know you're the dude. It's just a matter of getting it fucking... I'm not fully conceptualized either, so I'm open to input. But that might be a whole ass conversation we need to have. I'm not a great phone guy, but I definitely am down, you know. I'll hit you up on Instagram or whatever, and then fucking... Fuck. I have to remember your Instagram. Can you see the hearts we send? Yeah, the little... Sometimes people are putting like laughs in there too, like laughy guys. Ha! Yeah. Yeah, well, I can see those. I just don't know what they mean. That's it. Okay, hold up. Let me go fucking write it down. What? Zach has said that he's willing to fly out pretty much any time. And so I thought we could meet him in Pismo, or meet him here, like fly him here, right? And then we all go to Pismo. Then we can take him back here to fly out.
I'll get you another peck, sir.
Oh, no, it's all good, baby. But I just want to plan up a trip to Pismo in general. And it might be cool. Paul, you need some cool tats in the corners of your hairline, like here, there, like a little smiley face and a frowny face, and then a dildo, like a dick, right here in the middle to cover my birthing scar. You know what, guys? I've thought about it. One of the things that I've thought is, number one, I think a neck tat would look okay on me, even though that's like international, like I'm a greasy dirtball heroin addict, like from my generation. That's how it would be perceived. A neck tat might look kind of cool on me, because it wouldn't be.
If you do behind the ear, then it wouldn't be as.
Well, I mean, like even down here, it wouldn't be visible most of the time with how I keep my hair. So it would only be when I had my ponytail up that you'd see it. But and like another place is like here along the beard line would look cool. I think like doing something up here on my temples might look kind of cool. But I think I'm good on the face tats. I used to be the type of guy like here's the thing. In my era, and I don't mean to back in my day you, but that's what I do here. So fucking get used to it, little Zoomers. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry about that, Modelo. In my era, the rule was you never got a tattoo below your shirt line. So that's why my tattoo is up here. And this thing needs to be fucking worked on, but that's another deal. It just needs to be touched up. It's faded. I got it when I was fucking 22, okay? But it's actually a pretty cool tattoo. I want to finish it out someday and maybe get something more complete on it, but that's why it's up there, though. That's why I got tatted up there and not down here. It's like, because you don't get a fucking job, you don't get anything, nobody takes you. That's all changed. Dude, I see people at fucking Starbucks all the time, all tatted up from fucking neck down, face tats. It's all gravy now. Blue hair, face tats, all that shit I couldn't do because a place wouldn't fucking hire you if you had tats that were visible and fucking. That's all over. And there's another part of this that I should mention. I work for myself. I'm my own boss, so I kind of set the fucking grooming standards. Okay, boomer. No, I'm not even saying that's right. I'm just saying, like, I had to overcome that because I want to get tats on my hands, on my forearms, both sides, backs of the hands, forearms. I don't want to get them all like blacked out or fully covered or one design, you know, I don't want like Asian style one design kind of thing. I just want to be tatted up there. Boomer. It's like, okay, dude, I'm sorry. You know what, there's one more that I think would look good on me, but get some tats here in my fucking dark circles, bro. Right under the eyes. Posty style. Always tired. Nah. I don't think I believe enough to get face tats. But hand tats, I'm down. Arm tats, down. You know, and then we'll move on from there. When I started tattooing, wasn't mainstream yet. Now I feel like a normie despite earning my neck, face, and hand tattoos. Half of my clients are nurses, and they look like tattooers. They're so covered. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the whole culture has changed and become way more accepting, not only of that, but like piercings. I don't know if you're old enough to remember, like, Like piercings back in the day, I had to take those out. Like I had eyebrow piercing, a tongue piercing, and a labret piercing, and a septum piercing. All that shit had to come out of my face when I worked. So slowly but surely, I just stopped putting them in one at a time. Eyebrow went first, then went the septum, then went the labret, and then the tongue was the last one. Kids still in high school are getting them and proudly showing it off. I know. Well, I got my piercings in high school. My parents were pretty progressive with that shit. I think they were happy that I was willing to settle on facial piercings and not tattoos. Because, you know, my mom had her ears pierced. She knows, they're like, you know, that leaves a little thing and it'll close up. One day he won't have them. She was right. You know, look at me. I don't have any piercings. Well, I do. I kept the ears. I kept my ears gauged out, but that's it. But, you know, all of the rest of that kind of just disappeared with time. But the tattoo shit, I've always wanted to be tatted up. I always thought it was really cool. I always loved the art. There's some ideas that I've had for a long time that I want to get done. All right, I'll talk briefly about it. This is my right arm and hand. This is Dune. I want Dune imagery here. I want alien imagery here. Okay? I'm not gonna tell you what. Can somebody ban this backflip off Grand Canyon, idiot? Am I gonna have to turn on slow mode? I mean, Mod's asleep at the wheel tonight. Thanks, Merrick. I'll turn it on if he keeps coming back. I'll put slow mode on. I know how to do it now. I've learned the game. Yeah. Dune at my right hand, alien at my left. I've got some really cool imagery that I want to do. Dune art by Giger to match alien. I don't know if I want necessarily, maybe. I agree, you should get a gold nose ring. I thought about it. Last time we were at the beach, I almost did it, and then I was like, wait, I'm on CPAP now. That might fuck up my nose thing. Fuck. I do think I'd look good with like a little fucking bloop. Just like a hoop in my nose. Get a gooch tattoo? No. Dude, I'll never see it. If I can't see it, I don't want to get it tatted. I'll never get a tattoo on my back because I'll never see that shit. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. But I do want to get a Buddha on my belly one day. Or not Buddha, Budai. But I want my belly button to be his belly button. I want us to share a belly button and then his head to be here, you know. I do want that one day. But we'll figure that out down the road. I want a good ass Budai, man. What the? Laughing my fucking ass off. Yeah, dude. Okay, that sounds awesome. That's right. That's right. Get my eyes tattooed? No. Nope. You ready for the Skibbity Toilet movie? Ready to never fucking go anywhere near it, yes. Chommo, 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 chommo. It's like, what? Is this a prison? Get a tattoo of Brett Keane on your scrotum. It's too wrinkly. And that would be painful, bro. I bet scrot tats are real bad. Skibbity Toilet movie might go hard, though. Maybe. I'll probably end up having to watch it just out of spite. But you know what? I have never seen the Emoji Movie. And a lot of people told me, you're going to have to watch this movie someday, Paul, and review it or be subjected to it. And I was like, fuck you. You know what? Here's how fuck you it is. At the same time the Emoji Movie was out, there was another movie out called Scarlet or something. Can't remember the name of it. Blonde Bombshell? Nope. Blonde Bomb? Something like that. With Angelina Jolie, I think. And because those movies were in the theater at the same time, I said, fuck that Angelina Jolie movie too. I'll never see it. No, it was like Blonde Bomb or something. Something like that. Atomic Blonde, that's what it was. Atomic Blonde was out. And it was either Angelina Jolie or Charlize Theron. I can't remember which. And I remember that movie was in the movie theater at the same time the Emoji Movie was in. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that movie too. It's Charlize. Okay. Oh, my bad. No, I love Angelina Jolie and I love Charlize Theron. I don't avoid either of them. What if I got like that on my knucks, bro? Individual situation. Keep that left a little lower than the right. Because my left is my secret. I'm right-handed, but my left is mean. Atomic Blonde, yeah. Jolie's kick-ass spy girl movie was Salt. Yeah, that's right. That's probably what I got fucked up on. But yeah, I remember Atomic Blonde. And I said, fuck that movie too. You know what's a good-ass movie out of nowhere? Baby Driver. Did you like Baby Driver?
Yeah.
How did you feel about it? Like,
It's fun.
it was fun? See, I loved that movie. I loved that conceit of like putting the action to the beat. Remember like how he would sync up the action to like different pieces of music from the 70s and 60s and 80s and shit. It was dope. I liked that movie a lot. It just popped in my head. I remember when I saw it in the theaters, I was like, damn, that was a badass film. The third act, I mean, it's pretty spectacular, though. You got to give it that. But yeah, it goes a little off the rails. I like the dude that was in it, Ansel Elgort. I always thought he was going to be in a bunch of movies after that, but I haven't really seen him in a bunch of shit. Like, has he done anything? Like, dude, he would be great to have in Dune. Like, I could see Ansel Elgort playing, like, Leto the Second. I gotta get a drink. You want a beer?
Oh, sure.
All right, I'll bring you a beer. Get in there. if you say run. Tasty.
Little silly, these go all the way up to Illinois to come back down to us.
Yeah. I think they just like route them to different states. Why?
Maybe just because of the
Supply chain nonsense. Dude, more Modelos are probably drunk in California than in the other 48, 49, well, whatever it is. 51 states, technically. Right?
no, it's still 50 states. You don't
Not in
count-
my mind. Puerto Rico's a fucking state.
Yeah.
We need to give them statehood immediately. So is American Samoa. We need to give them statehood immediately. Immediately. 52 states, bitch.
About Port Guam.
Huh?
About Port Guam.
Fuck Guam. They suck. They're an air base, okay? Fuck Guam. American Samoa, though, needs to be America, America. And Puerto Rico, like fucking last decade, should have been made in a fucking state. Dude, you want to get me to vote for you, Kamala? Make Puerto Rico a state.
Did you see her weird merch?
Yes.
Where she's like a pride flag?
I mean, they're leaning heavy into it because she's got a lot of liberal momentum right now because the libs are like, yay, not an
Why
old
would
man.
you turn a straight person into a pride flag?
Turn a straight person into a pride flag?
Yeah. Like, she has the bi pride mug and it's just her in a pantsuit and the colors of the bi flag, or did you not scroll down that far?
No, I remember what you're talking about, yeah. I don't know. I mean, she's just like, that's her fucking, that's what they sell to people, to like their base, right? We're going to protect you. Joe Biden has done nothing to protect the LGBTQ community from any kind of discrimination at all. The only thing that he's got under his belt is what, like letting trans people back into the military.
Well,
That's-
he did the big pardon last month of everyone that was convicted for being gay in the military.
Oh, wow, that's nice. But I mean, come on. Like, as far as the community goes and the health of the community, there have been multiple laws passed. No speeches from him talking about how there needs to be congressional action to limit these state laws that are discriminatory, in some cases against one child in the entire state. And there one like Nebraska or something where it's like one trans swimmer that's affected by this state law. It's clearly like a violation of that person's constitutional rights. And it's like, their mum's the word from that fucking administration. Not a speech from
We're
Biden.
not doing anything about the trans
You never
kids
hear
that
anything-
are losing their health care.
No, you never hear anything about queer kids or queer problems until it's electoral season. And then they want to put the bi flag up behind the Kamala
Well,
or
they're
Joe.
turning her into the bi
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah.
just put the flag on there and do the fucking Madam President thing over it. Look less weird.
Well, whatever, man. Or just to, like, put Kamala over, like, put her fucking, like, font and whatever, Kamala for president over the bi flag. Sell that. Put it
Like,
over the
just
put it over the
three
the trans
Kamalas
flag,
in
the gay flag, the
pantsuits.
lesbian flag. Yeah, it's just weird. It's fucking weird. It's stupid. They're leaning hard into the fucking liberal furor that's going on right now because libs are like, oh, thank God, Joe Biden's old ass, we don't got to carry that water anymore. Now this bitch that everybody hated 5 days ago, now she's our favorite thing. Let's go, Mamala. And it's like they're leaning hard into that, but that shit's gonna fizzle out well before fucking November. She might fucking even it up and make this more of a horse race than Biden did. I don't know. I think the tale has yet to be told on that.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the donors were happy, so they got a big influx of money.
All right, but Joe Biden was already sitting on a fat war chest. That was part of the problem with like open convention. There's $100 million war chest, and it's like, who gets that? Do you have to refund all the donors? That was part of the problem, the excuses people made for nominating anybody but Kamala. Because if Joe Biden steps down and refuses to run, Kamala's already on the ticket. She was part of the ticket when he won the the primaries, the rigged primaries, the skipped primaries, which is fucking retarded. The fact that there are leftists going like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we had a chance to maybe replace Joe Biden, but we just skipped the primaries and coronated him. And then skipped any fucking democratic process whatsoever and just coronated Kamala, and they're leftists that are just like drooling over that. I'm just like, weren't you afraid of fascism? So you just had 2 coronated rulers? 3 in a row if you count Biden the first time, because he was coronated the first fucking time.
Well, the primaries have always been a coronation. None of the rules apply.
Yeah, but usually they go through the fucking motions and allow people on the stage and do debates and all of that. They just were like, nope, we ain't doing that.
Well, that's always happened. Like, Obama was the same shit.
Yeah, but nobody opposed him. That was the thing.
Well, there was the same amount of opposition as where it was against Biden.
Yeah, but like the people were with Obama at that point. Like, I get the idea. I know what you mean. In an incumbent year, it's rare to have a full primary. But with the amount of consternation that people were giving towards Biden for his shitty policies in Palestine, his shitty ability to fucking look like anything other than...
The primary started before.
Well, that's what I mean. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
His Bidenomic shit fell flat with people. It's like, I think we could have had a robust primary season, but there's no facility for that in an incumbent year. So we just skipped it. I don't fucking know, bro. No one wants to run this race. She's the sacrifice. They'll hold out anyone. Yeah, that's why it's not a Gavin Newsom or a Gretchen Whitmer.
They're saying that she might be Kamala's VP.
Gretchen? It would be smart because Kamala's gonna lose fucking Michigan. I know she's short up, like, people are like, oh, look at these flash polls. It's like, the dust ain't even settled off the weird fucking week that we just had. You can't, like, talk to me in 2 weeks. Let me see where the polling is at nationally and especially in these fucking swing states in 2 weeks and see if you're crowing.
I mean, I'm still taking surveys asking me about Biden still. That hasn't...
That's the thing, is like, people don't understand polling apparatuses are often...
It takes a lot of time to craft a whole thing.
Right. A lot of the polling data that they're releasing that, like, today, here's Kamala's today. It's like small sample sizes.
Bias sample sizes.
They're
not pulling from the big broad things.
They haven't had time to poll nationally. They haven't had time to do individual targeted polling in fucking big cities in these swing states. They're just doing like a... let's call people. How do you feel about Kamala right now? Of course everybody's all excited. She's not Joe Biden. Poll him in 3 weeks when she doesn't do shit. When she ain't about, like, did you hear what her big promise was? We're going to end medical debt in affecting your credit score.
That was something Biden did, like, a month ago.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he was just talking about it.
Yeah, she's promised, picked up that promise from him.
I'm surprised she hasn't just copy-pasted the policy page that was added to the Biden thing. Now it doesn't have a policy page again.
There are people that are like, ooh, she dissed out fucking Prime Minister Netanyahu, and then it was revealed that she had a private meeting with him.
Well, she had some stern words. What shocked me the most is that in reporting that, they said that this was the first meeting Biden had face-to-face with them since October 7th, pretty much.
It's fucking crazy.
It's like, how do you...
Because they couldn't put him in the room. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't put Peepaw Poopy Pants in the room with him. So now that Kamala's the heir apparent, she can actually start taking some action. And they're like, well, at least she can talk to Netanyahu. But whatever the reporting is, there was nobody in that room taking notes. Stern words came from some insider or some translator that was there.
I won't be quiet.
I guarantee you there was not word. Here's what stern words would be. As soon as I'm fucking inaugurated, you're gonna stop because money's gonna end. In fact, I'm going to do everything I can to stop any weapon shipments that are going to you now. That would be stern words.
Yeah,
I guarantee you.
In the fucking... Are they the tiebreaker in the Senate, right? The VP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
President pro tem of the Senate. So, like, they come in if there's a deadlock in the Senate and they get to vote. It's a very rarely ever a thing.
Well, because the House balances it out too, so it would have to be something that was like really split down the middle to
Right.
have a lot of power.
Right. But like there have been like vice presidential candidates that ended up being pretty powerful allies to their candidate. You know what I mean? Like maybe not legislatively, but like internationally. I remember that.
Well, we all know about fucking Bush's vice president, how much he did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Cheney. I mean Cheney, like you're looking at the dark side of the force, but yeah, Cheney basically ran the Bush campaign, ran the Bush White House.
Did all the foreign policy
Gore
shit.
was similarly like foreign policy man. Usually, like Clinton would go do the fucking pictures, but when somebody needed talking to at a high level, they sent Gore. He was very affable and it's seen as a very slick politician in that way. And so Gore was actually kind of front and center a lot. That's why he was such a strong presidential candidate. He wasn't super well liked, but he was known as a really fucking stickler of a politician and really good in a room full of people. And that's, and the vice presidents, like Hillary picking that Tim Kaine guy was like the worst. It was just basically like I hope this helped. I can't remember where Tim Kaine was from.
Yeah, but like.
But it was like a guy from the state, that had no buzz around him whatsoever. People were like, who? So she dropped the strap on that one.
That's the list that they're like given for like Kamala Harris's VP short list. It's like white guy from this state, white guy from this state.
It's like they're hoping that it helps her pick up like 5 or 10 points in a swing
it's like
state.
one of them that they're considering is a Kentucky governor. It's like you're not going to take Kentucky no matter what you do. Why would you fucking pick someone?
Well, they're
from
hoping
Kentucky?
that it helps her broadly take the fucking South and the Southeast, but they're not going to do it. And it's just like Gretchen Whitmer. I don't think they're going to do it. She's a bigger star than Kamala is politically.
You don't think she'd take it?
I think they're looking at her, if the DNC wants her at all, which I don't know that they do, because she's actually kind of based. She's kind of like halfway between Kamala Harris and Jill Stein kind of based. You know what I mean? And I think that if they have any interest in her at all, she's going to run in 2028. So why burn her on it? Well, I mean, she could. But that's the thing.
They're just going to pick generic white guy from a swing state.
And it's going to be horrible. But whatever. A dual female ticket would be compelling.
They're just going to pick generic white guy. Mm-hmm. They're afraid of making it too diverse.
Fat, bald white guy from generic Midwestern Rust Belt state. Yeah. Wisconsin or fucking whatever.
Like Buttigieg, it'd be too diverse.
No, then Buttigieg done, man. Buttigieg done. Buttigieg never had a chance, bro, and it had nothing to do with his sexuality. He's just a fucking. You know what he looks like? That old ventriloquist doll. Yeah. You know, like the rosy cheeks and he just looks like a human that. And there's no way, bro. And people got enough of Buttigieg.
And his transportation secretary thing is so stained by all this plane shit.
He's been shitty. The plane shit, the fucking train spills. Yeah. The rail worker strike. I mean, his whole shit has been typified by scandal. He's shut. He sucks. He's a non-starter, dude. He doesn't get political wonks, and once people hear the fucking grift and graft and shit that he's been engaged in as transporter, I think there's going to be a tell-all book out of this Biden administration about how long they knew that Peepaw Poopy Pants was dead. Yeah. I think there's going to be a fucking high-level tell-all book. At least one.
As soon as he's out.
As soon as he's out. Not to stain his legacy, and maybe even under a pseudonym that's like co-signed by somebody, high-ranking Biden official, Max X. Or he might write it through a guy like, what's that guy that writes all those fucking presidential bios? He's famous for it. I can't remember his name. Old dude, though, but he did like 3 books on Trump. Rage, Anger, and Fear, I think. Imagine they ran Kamala Bernie,
Bob Woodward.
Bob Woodward. He's an old guy. He was Woodward and Bernstein that broke the fucking deep throat Nixon scandal shit. So,
Deep throat.
well, that was the name of the contact, Deep Throat.
Yeah, he's 81. He ain't long.
But he's still vibrant as fuck. I listened to his books, and he's still super interested in like he's been a presidential biographer, and so like he's super interested in the modern age because presidents are under the microscope now in a major way, and so like he did 3 whole fucking full books. I've read them all on Trump, really compelling, and he gets people to say candid shit to him because he's been around forever. He knows how to work it. He's a respected name. People know that like a Bob Woodward book can make or break a presidency. It can change minds about a presidency in retrospect, you know? So like he gets a lot of former presidents, a lot of current presidents. And I have a feeling there's a barn burner of a fucking Biden book, but maybe I'm wrong. Bob Woodward also is pretty politically left in his leanings.
Well, also, he doesn't like being too inflammatory because he wants to keep his access.
I mean, those 3 books he wrote about Trump were fucking beyond inflammatory, so.
I know, but Trump's a very different kind of person.
True, but it's a different age. I mean, I think there's maybe it won't be Woodward, but I think there's gonna be a barn burner of a political tell-all from the Biden presidency, all 4 years, told narrative style, where it fucking is gonna mark a date where people started to notice that Peepaw Poopy Pants wasn't with them, and what he started doing behind the scenes. And it's going to be fucking insane. I bet they knew in like early on. Like, uh-oh. This guy's not all there, is he? But I bet it got worse, 2021, 22. That's when it really started to get like undeniably noticeable. And I bet there's going to be a barn burner of a fucking badass book about that. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready for that shit. You best believe that. Where's Cricket, man? We need a Cricket visit.
He's been hiding in that box lately.
Which box?
The box in the living room, the big one.
Oh, well, that's one of his spots. He rotates. You see how he is. He has different spots in the house he likes to spend time in. And that one is one of them. He's had a hair up his ass lately, too. Both him and Dinor. Usually there's we think it's like, I know Dinor changes, like he'll get nervous and crazy when the weather is changing. And we are due for the heat dome to break, and we're going to go down to the 90s. I know that sounds fucking ridiculous to people who aren't here, but...
Dude, even when it hit the low 100s, we were like...
when it's in the low, like it's 101, 102.
Yeah.
At night, it gets like this.
Yeah.
It cools down an appreciable amount. When it's 113 during the day, it cools down to like 90 at night. It's fucking horrible. I bet it's like 88 right now, or 87. Feels cool. Even if it's 90, it's like the breeze is making it feel 88, 87. That's livable.
Yeah, it's 88.
Yeah,
right.
see? I know my shit. I know my temps. You look like Bill from Left 4 Dead. Cool. There's a fat guy in Left 4 Dead. Neat. Wow, still streaming. Nikki, you're gonna get banned. Just ban Nikki. Make her come back on an alt. Get her out. She knows better than that shit. Stream as long as I want, bitch. My job. Come back on an alt. Nikki just can't like help herself. It's a thing with Nikki. It's like Nikki would actually be pretty likable if she could help herself. I've like talked to Nikki, and sometimes Nikki's really like funny and interesting, but then like Nikki always has to push it. That's the thing. You know what I think it is? I think we're alike in that. I always feel this impulse. When I was young, I used to follow it a lot to push things negatively. Not all the way. I wasn't like brawling, but it's just like I'm gonna goose somebody psychologically and see how they react. And I stopped doing it as much as a grown ass man because it's kind of like sociopathic to psychologically fuck with people. But it was always interesting to me to get a rise out of people. And I think that like a lot of people are interested in that today. That's like the lol cow culture or whatever, right? People watch people for their foibles and their failures, and so that they can point their finger at them and make fun of them. So they feel a little better about their own circumstances, which are probably not great, right? What else would it be, bro? What do you think I'm holding on to down here? A deformed penis?
Yeah, with gold wrapped around
with
it.
gold wrapping on it. Just like, yeah, here's my deformed cock. Is that what you thought I was holding? Camera angle? It's a straight on angle. Camera's like literally right in front of me, bro. I mean, it's called camera angle. Get him out. Get him out. Ban this bitch. His very presence disturbs me. I'm gonna mod a couple extra people too. I've been meaning to pick a few mods, but I just don't know who's here tonight. I need to expand the specters to cover a greater plurality of my streams. Jerry Pacheco. Nah, bro, don't ask me. That's one way to get. I just don't know you all that well yet, Jerry. I've been aware of you for a while. You seem pretty chill. Mod the guy you just banned. But nah. You usually make good choices, so pick the best. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, wrenches are never like asked for. It's always good to have some extra mods. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I don't like asking my mod because I don't pay them. It's not like being like, ban that fucking guy, and then being mad like when nobody's there to do it. You know, because I don't want them to feel like, oh shit. Because like, dude, I don't give people wrenches because I want them to be band happy all day. I give them wrenches because I think they're cool people who know what I mean when I say, you know, hey, you know, respect the vibe. Unionize the mods, yeah. Unionize the mods, unionize the mods. I mean, that's fine. I'll meet your demands, but I'll probably fire all of you for cause then. I'll give give us 2 truths and a lie. Ooh, I like that game. Nobody's ever asked me to do that. You ever played 2 truths and a lie? I'll have to think of some weird truths though. 2 truths and a lie. Because I've told you guys a lot of stories. 2 truths and a lie. Two truths and a lie. Give me a second. Because like normally I would be able to bust this out quick because I've got some absurd stories, but I've told you guys most of those. 2 truths and a lie. It's also tough for me. I don't usually think of lies like unless they're like boisterous and obvious lies where I'm like, I met Bill Clinton and told him to stop fucking Monica Lewinsky or whatever. like for a joke. You ever play this type of game? Two truths and a lie.
I've heard. I don't think I've explicitly played it myself.
I thought I would be like better at this type of game, but I'm just like everything I'm landing on for the truths is all shit I've told you guys. I want to try and make some good truths that you guys wouldn't know, but I share a lot about myself here. So I got to think about some shit that's like all right, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Beer, that'll help. See, I've told you guys so much of the cool shit I've already been through. All the celebrities that I've had run-ins with, you guys know, so I can't tell you that. All the crazy party stories that I've had have pretty much been run dry. The rest of a lot of it's a blur, unfortunately. I bet there's more of those, but okay, I'll tell you guys. I landed on one. I got one figured out. Figured out the lie. Now I got to work on the truths. Let me just keep going through because that was helpful. Let me go through. Party stories, check. I'm trying to think if I've not told you guys about a crazy party story. Just like the Rolodex is going, and it's filled with so many gaps. Okay. Nah, no party stories. What about like job stories? Job stuff.
Well, we talked about that one the other day. That was relevant to the news.
Hold on. Mute. Okay. I need one more thing. I've got it laying out in my mind. I just need one more thing. Okay, I've got it. These are all like party related, but fuck it. 3 truths and a lie. Or 2 truths and a lie. In no particular order. I once did a keg stand so long that I passed out, and the people almost called the ambulance before I woke up. And then I woke up and said I was fine. I once hit a bong that was so tall, made of PVC pipe, that I had to hit it off the roof. And one time a girl wanted to fuck me so bad that she went up on my banister, draped her big old titties over the banister and let them hang down, and I still told her no. 2 truths and a lie.
Which one is the lie?
Which one is the lie?
Give them the Jeopardy music.
Na 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 na. Cap on the first story. 1 is the lie. 1 true, 2 true, 3 lie. Third one lie. First one lie. First is a lie. The one about the woman. 3 is the lie. Third. Second is the lie. Oh. True lie, true, so second. Bong is the lie. First is a lie. Everybody's all over the place. I need to make a fucking poll. We're gonna do a poll. Because I thought there'd be a clear winner. We're gonna start a poll. I'm gonna add one option. We're gonna say I'm just gonna have you guys pick the lie, okay? Lie, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Start poll. Okay, poll's running. Okay, so say it again. All right, I'll say it again while you guys are voting. Okay, what was the first one? The first one was I once did a keg stand for assisted. I'm not claiming I could fucking hand press a keg stand. I was assisted keg stand for so long that I passed out and people thought they needed to call the ambulance until I woke up a couple minutes later fine and went on partying. The second was I once hit a bong so big, so tall, made out of PVC pipe that I had to hit it off the roof of a house. And number 3 was one time a chick wanted me so bad that she slung her big old milkers over my stair banister, and I still told her no.
Oh my god, it's so even.
I know. We gotta give people time. Oh shit, you okay?
Yeah.
You should swap that chair out.
Yeah.
Sit on this, baby.
Yeah.
I've watched that crack and I'm like,
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna fucking give. These are old, shitty fucking chairs. We need to get new fucking chairs out here. You wanna sit in this and I'll sit in that?
No, I'm okay.
Look underneath that though and make sure there's no here. Let me help you out. Well, hold on. You
No,
got your phone? All right, yeah. Just make sure that nobody has taken residence under the chair, because there's webs. You see any shiny butts? Look under this front lip too.
What do you think that is in the corner?
I mean, that's just a dense web with dust and shit. If there's no spider attending it, you're fine. You're good. Unless you see a spider under there. I couldn't see as good as you.
I don't see nothing.
Okay. You should be fine then. That poll is split. I know, bro. But okay, so let's just to remind you, quick recap. Number 1, keg stand that I passed out from. Number 2, bong so tall I had to hit it off the roof. Number 3, girl with giant milkers draped them over my banister and I still turned her down. Two is leading as the lie, but pretty even.
By a hair.
By a hair, huh? 2. So 2 is the bong from the roof. The PVC bong. Well, we'll see.
Like by 5%.
Starting to iron out. I could do a couple of these probably now that I've thought about it a little bit. So if this is fun, you guys can ask me to do another one.
The one says 2.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people seem to be landing on 2. Some people are landing on 1. I think 1 is a lie, but 2 is kind of goofy, though. I don't know. Yeah.
How long are you going to give them?
I don't know. I'm going to make them sweat for it, though. Somebody said they want to go to bed, so I'm going to keep them up a couple minutes more. I'm going to make them sweat it. Sweat it out, bitch. In fact, I'm going to go take a leak. And when I come back, I'll end the poll. And I'll tell you if you guys were right. Keep those votes coming in, though. Hello, Dee. You want to go out with Mom? You want to stay today?
will tell you guys that none of these are stories that Paul has told me before. Not one of them. I don't know any more than you guys do. I told him that none of those stories are stories that you've told me before, so I can't help.
don't know either.
Yeah, I can't help.
All right, well, what's your pick then? You have to vote.
My vote is 2.
So 2, the bong's so tall I had to hit it off a roof. Okay. Is that the one winning?
I think so.
3.
38 to 1 is 30%, 2
Okay.
is 38%, 3 is 32%.
All right, let's take a look. Yep. 29%, 39%, 32, end pull. All right. So which one was a lie? So it was pretty close on the first 2. People think it's either the keg stand or the bong. A smaller plurality of people thought it was going to be the titties. And the lie...
No, 1 was the lowest.
1 was the lowest. Oh, yeah, you're right. 1. So people believed the keg stand the most. And then they believed the titties, and then the winner was
the bone.
the least. They think that's the lie. Okay. Drum roll. Brrr. The lie was number 1. Gotcha. I've never passed out from drinking. I've done keg stands before, but I've never passed out. What do you think, I'm a bitch? Number 2 sounds implausible, but it was a homemade PVC bong. And you had to go up a ladder on the backside of my cousin's house and lay on your stomach on the front, and it was a guy down there with a torch, and so it was pretty crazy but fun. And then 3, the titty thing happened as well. Yeah, it did. You guys know that one should have been a fucking easy spot as a true one, because
Your
I'm not a
prowess is legendary.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I'm not a hookup guy. So I've told you guys I've never had like a casual sexual encounter before. Like, as far as like one that didn't turn into a relationship, and I'm not really looking for like that one night stand, friends with benefit shit. I just never did it. I should have never turned down those giant milkers. I'm kind of glad I did though. That
You
story.
Want me to get you another?
Hell fucking yeah, baby. Thank you. I would love one. Oh God, that fucking door is gonna be a bitch to you. Oh no, it was nice to you this time. What was the story behind that one? Which one? The titters? The titters tatters? Okay. Fuck, this is a tough story, man. And I really don't want to impugn this woman because she's actually a really nice girl, okay? Can I just put that out of the fucking way? There's a chick. I knew her in high school, and we used to call her, she got a nickname, okay? Let's just put it that way. The nickname was Turbo. And we would actually call her this to her face. We would call her Turbo. She hated it. But Turbo just meant that, like, she was quick. Like, you could probably fuck her. That was, like, the idea, right? And I'm not even trying to be fucking mean about this, but I'm just being real about the fucking story. A lot of my friends ran through Turbo, okay? I never did. Okay, to this day, never ran through Turbo. But one night, I was single. I just gone through a breakup. Guys had dragged me out. They brought Turbo. And I got to be honest with you, Turbo was actually kind of chill. There was a couple, I'll tell some more stories about Turbo though. We kind of had not a chill ending, but that's neither here nor there, you know what I mean? And so the guys are like, let's go to this cigar bar. There's this place where you could get like drinks and they let you smoke cigars in the park, like really good cigars. And we were all trying to be cigar heads at the time. And it just sounded like fun. So we got kind of dressed up. They forced me though. I did not want to go, okay? I did not want to fucking go. Tomboy? No, Turbo was a goblin short stack. She was big, rotund, like not in a bad way though, in a pleasing way. She was hot. She had big, giant tits. She was probably like 5'1". And she was very cute, very bubbly, like very, honestly, like a nice personality when she wasn't trying to fuck or wasn't drunk, which wasn't a lot at this point in her life. Okay, there's a lot of stories about Turbo that we're gonna tell tonight. But on this front, guys had invited me out to this cigar bar. I got a little, you know, I put on like a fucking nice shirt and some slacks and some shoes because you had to be dressed up to go to this thing. We went up. Turbo's there. It's me. It's 3 dudes, me, 2 of my friends, and Turbo. And we go to the cigar bar. And we end up going to this like humidor part where there's these really nice chairs to sit in. They're very comfortable. The attendant comes over and takes your drink order and brings it. It's very expensive, but the guys were picking up the tab because they were trying to get me out. And I think, in my mind, I've never confirmed this. She was thick, yeah. Yeah, she was thick, but like, you know, pleasingly thick. She was like I said, she was a short stack. For sure. Big old titties, fat ass, 5'1", down to fuck. That was Turbo. And like I said, my homies had run through it, right? Not that that fucking matters, whatever the fuck, I'm not being judgmental, but it was just well known that pretty much every friend I had at this point in my life had fucked this woman. I was like 22, 23. Bi? Situationally bi. I'd never heard about her like dating or hooking up with a woman, but she would make out with chicks. She made out with my girlfriend one time, which was maybe a portent of things to come, but that was neither here nor there. That's another Turbo story. So she bad? Was Turbo bad? Yeah, Turbo was kind of a baddie. For me. And amongst my group of friends, she was kind of a baddie. She looked good. She kept herself like, you know, she was hot. It's me, kind of dressed up, 2 friends of mine, and Turbo. We go to the cigar bar. We're sitting in these comfy chairs, right? Kind of around this round table. Our drinks are on the table. Our cigars are in hand. We're all smoking. Even Turbo has a cigar, which was kind of hot. She's dressed up too. She got like a little cocktail dress on or whatever. She cleavage out. And she's sipping on a fucking brandy and smoking a cigar. You know, all right. Start to get a little drunk because the brandy is flowing. We're racking up a bill. My friends are cutting checks because they're trying to get me laid. I think that, like I said, that there was like some kind of plan. I think that they had talked to Turbo, like, would you fuck Paul? And she was probably like, hell yeah, I've been trying to fuck Paul. And they were like, well, fuck him tonight. All right. I've never confirmed that, and I'm not trying to impugn the woman. She's a different person now. But, so that night we were out. She got drunk. She ended up sitting in my lap, right? Now, I've had a lot of this happen to me. It's a move that women do, I think. Certain women, very forward women sexually, will sit in your lap, right? And it's kind of a flirtatious thing off jump to do that. But then they'll do like little micro things that other people can't see that are meant to be like surreptitiously sexual. So like moving their ass a little bit on your crotch and like you know, adjusting themselves a little bit to get closer to your dick, like that sort. So she's doing that, and I'm like, I'm getting drunk too, and I'm like, damn. So like I'm enjoying it, like whatever. I'm drunk, I'm single, whatever. That's my thing. And we get fucking drunk enough. I had one friend that was our sober driver for the night, so he was drinking seltzers or whatever and smoking. He drove us home, and they get to my place, and Turbo's like, I'm going in with him. And I was like, oh fuck, here we go. Here we go. So I go inside, and I tell her straight up. I was like, Turbo. I didn't call her Turbo, probably. I called her by her real name, which I will not say here. Turbo. I was like, I really like you, but we're fucked up. We're friends. Let's not do something we'll regret. She's like, that's chill. Thank you for that, Paul. That's cool. I was like, yeah. Let me get you something to drink. I'll make some coffee. I made a freezer pizza or something. We sat down. We were talking. But she's getting more and more flirty. And the conversation, she keeps steering it towards sex. Like, we would be talking about some other thing, you know, something that happened with friends. Oh, I heard they fucked. Oh, I heard he fucked it. And then she said, at one point, I will never forget it. She said, I heard a story about you. And I was like, what? She goes, I don't even want to say it. She's playing all coy and shit. I was like, what? I heard that you fucked your ex-girlfriend up against the wall right there. She pointed at the wall in my house. And then you tried to take her upstairs, and you pushed her over on the stairs, and you fucked her right on the stairs. And I was like, true. I don't know who told you, but true. Probably my ex-girlfriend, I would imagine. So anyway, that steered the conversation into, it got sexual, started making out a little bit. She's like, I gotta go upstairs, because my bathroom was upstairs. Split level condo. And on her way upstairs, she's unbuttoning her blouse. That falls away, and she just, like, it's the biggest titties I'd ever seen in my life at that point. I mean, they were just like watermelon sized. And she just like fucking had one of those center clasp bras and went boop boop, and they went slump, and she slung them around and put them over the fucking banister, and was like, gave me this look. She knew my bedroom was upstairs too, and I was like, and she goes, I'll be right back. She went up, came back down. We ended up laying down together, making out a little more, but I eventually was like, Turbo, I can't do this. I'm sorry. It ain't you, but I just broke up. I can't fucking do this. This feels fucked up. I can't do it. She was like, I understand. And it never came up between us again. One of my friends ended up kind of like dating her, which is a whole nother fucking tale, but whatever. I don't want to like, do you regret it now? No. Do I regret not running through the chick that every dude that I knew in my personal circle had run through? No. I'm not saying it makes her lesser or anything. It's just, do I regret not doing it? Nope. You know, there are other ways to get a nut. I don't regret anybody I've ever slept with, because I've only really done it when there was true and genuine feeling there. I've never had like a cash hookup. I won't say like love every fucking time, but because that would be a lie, but typically it would be a person that has the things I'm looking for, that I would have sex with, that I'm already in a relationship with. I've already established some sort of it's the way it's always gone with me. It's why my body count, which is the grossest fucking way for you fucking Zoomers to put it. I hate that terminology. We would just say I don't know why we can't say it anymore, but back in the 90s, it would just be like, how many dudes you fucked? How many girls you fucked? How many people you fucked? I don't know why we have to say body count. It's so gross. Okay, how many people have you killed with your genitals? -4.
I have a question.
What?
Can I do 2 truths and a lie?
Yeah, you can do 2 truths and a lie. Let's do it.
I worked it out. All right. First one.
Okay.
A guy approached me in a gas station parking lot and asked if he could give me $20 in exchange for sucking my toes.
Okay, sucking toes in a gas station parking lot, number 1. 2.
I turned him down.
Okay, you turn. Okay, that's fine. I didn't ask, but
Yeah.
I'm glad. 2.
So, number 2, I celebrated my 21st birthday with another 21-year-old for her birthday. That was a relative of my ex-boyfriend, and we got a lap dance together in the room.
You 2 girls went out on your 21st for a girls' night out, and you shared a birthday.
Yeah.
And you both got a lap dance together.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Number 3 is the first kiss I had ended up being a gay man, and he was closeted until we went to prom together.
Okay. 1, a guy approached you for toe sucking in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You turned him down. $20 to suck your toes. 2. What was it again?
It was, I celebrated my 21st birthday.
21st birthday.
21-year-old. That was a relative of my ex-boyfriend. We got a lap dance.
Got a lap dance together on your 21st, which you shared.
Okay.
Number 3
was my first kiss.
First kiss was a gay man, and you didn't know.
He was my date at prom.
And he was your date at prom. All right, we're gonna do the fucking poll. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm gonna set it up. Start a poll. Add an option. Lie. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Poll is started.
Let's see.
Number 1, toe sucking in the gas station parking lot. Offer denied. 2 was lap dance with a 21-year-old on your birthday that you shared. Boyfriend wasn't there. She was a relative of your boyfriend's, though. 3, first kiss was with a gay man, and you went to prom with him. I'm going to go with 1, personally, because I think I've heard parts of the other 2 from you, maybe? No? Hold up.
Don't give them hints. I didn't give them hints for yours.
Well, that's true, but you didn't know.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I don't think I actually have heard about any of these, now that I think about it, or not fully. It's 1 or 2 in my mind, but that would be my vote. I haven't sussed it out yet. It's number 1. $20 is too low. 3 is true. That would belong on the silver screen for plot alone. Yeah.
Looks pretty divisive too.
Yeah, people
I guess
just
I'm
don't
a
know.
pretty good liar.
Yeah, you're pretty good. You're good at the game. You came up with 3 good ones. The key to the game is to make it out, like, stand out,
Yeah.
but not totally unbelievable.
Yeah.
Or make them all equally unbelievable if you have a life like mine. Because I could be like, I was carjacked. I was fucking baby beauty pageant royalty. I was, I could tell a lot. I met Spock. I could tell a lot of crazy stories that were true. Unreadable. Yeah, dude. 1, because she let them. Oh, shit. That's the lie. You turned it down. She took it. No. I'm going to guess 1. I'm locking in on 1, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah. You think 1's the lie?
1 smells like the lie. I feel like you might have told me that story, but you probably felt the same about the 3 ones I put out there, so. All right, so I'm going to give you guys just a couple more seconds here. There's only 80-something votes. Get in there. There's 196 of you. Just click on the goddamn thing. Just even guess. All you passive watchers. The toes thing, I don't know, man. I've been to LA. It's not totally unbelievable. That's why it's a good 2 truths and a lie. You voted? All right. I'm going to give you guys like 30 seconds, and we're going to wrap it up. I want to see 100 votes at least out of the 184 people, so get them in. Denver Metro audits. Always record the police. True. Very true. All right, 102. All right, that's it. We're calling it. I'm going to take a look at what won. So, all right, in poll. So it looks like number one, 36%, two, 33, very divisive, even more than mine, and 330. So you were
Number
very.
3 was the lie.
What?
I didn't have a date for prom, and my first kiss was a girl.
Fuck. I knew that too. Oh, well, the girl part. Fuck. She kissed a girl and she liked it. Chased of her cherry chapstick. Damn it. Fuck me, bro. Well, we beat each other.
Yeah.
We're good at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good sign. I don't trust you no more. Give me that phone. No, I'm kidding. That was funny. Yeah, it took me a while to work one out, but it might be a fun thing to do in the future.
Yeah.
Do 2 truths and a lie. Yeah, a lot of you did vote 3. You're 0-2. Damn, you got busted both times. Hey, at least you admitted it.
And the relative was my ex-boyfriend's father's step-granddaughter.
Whoa. Turned 21 on the same day.
No, not on the
same
day,
era.
but it was close enough.
Right, and you guys all went out together to party, and he was out of town, like in Florida
No,
or some shit.
he brought us. He just didn't go in with us.
Why?
Well, I mean, your dad's step-granddaughter is a little...
What the, who the fuck even is? Hold up. Got it. All right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my ex-boyfriend's dad's step-granddaughter.
That makes sense. So he didn't want to like.
Yeah.
But then why did? Okay, number one. Maybe I'm fucked up in the head, but that would be kind of hot. And number 2. You
Even
could have
when
gone.
I went alone, he didn't go in with me when I got a lap dance.
What the fuck?
He didn't want to see the lap dance.
Huh?
I'll tell you.
Well. I have a feeling there's a sexy feet in our presence. Oh no.
I don't know why that dude asked me about my toes. I wasn't showing my toes in any way. I was on my way to work. I was wearing sneakers.
He was just a dude that like
Yeah.
he probably got like women to take him up on it.
Yeah, we just hung out in the parking lot. It's like,
That's fucking
"Excuse
creepy.
me."
Did you call cops or something?
No.
'Cause that's like maybe the prelude to a rape or something. It sounds like it's just fucked.
Excuse me, ma'am.
My first real kiss with tongues was with a fucking cousin, but not a blood relative cousin. Cousin was the daughter. Okay, so my aunt married a guy, his brother's daughter. So not blood related, but yes, technically my cousin. And she was older than me too, so she really fucking worked me over pretty good. And then it broke my heart. Like destroyed me. It's my first like fucking. The first cut is the deepest, you know.
I mean, you just look like a dude.
What?
Now someone asked if he was ugly. You just look like a normal dude.
You know, I've seen. I mean, look like a guy.
No, I'm talking about the toe.
Oh, the
Not
toe sucker.
the toe
Oh, I thought you
sucker.
meant your boyfriend. Yeah, he just looked like a normal ass guy.
Yep.
Weird. Must have been hard up. Did you just tell him like nope and just get in your car and drive away?
Just like, no, thank you.
That's fucking. He must have been on the flocker or something. He must have been hitting the fucking pipe. I'll tell you that much. How was he dressed? Do you remember? Was he in like just sweats or
He was just, like
pants and a
I
shirt?
mean, Like, I didn't, like, spend a lot of time
Hell
considering
fucking
it.
nah. I'm just saying that if you remember, because I was just wondering, was he like homeless guy or
Oh, he had a car, too.
creepy as fuck, bro? Oof.
It was a big parking lot, too.
Oof, man. I would have gotten with security immediately and been like, there's some fucking dork.
It was on my way to work. I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I had to get in my shitty 94 Honda Accord with no speedometer.
Shitty. Damn, you had to just wing it. You had to just, like, guesstimate. And then one time you got pulled over for it, you cried your way out of it.
No, that was for running a red light.
Oh, you ran a
Speeding.
stop sign or a red light or
I
whatever.
never got caught for speeding. I just kept with traffic.
Damn.
That's how I...
Well, I know I've got 2 speeding tickets in my life. Couldn't keep my foot out of that new fucking EV, dude. It's just hard to fucking do it. They're so smooth. There's no, like, feedback on how fast you're going, other than the big giant heads-up display holographically projected on your windshield.
You would have taken his money, Phoebe?
I mean...
On your way to work, though?
I mean, yeah, how long are you gonna suck my toes, bro? That's what I would have asked.
Like that, yeah, that was $20, but I wasn't gonna make that if I didn't make it to work.
You could have just, I would have been like, look, bro, I gotta be at work in 10 minutes. So give me the 20 and you got fucking 2 minutes. You know, suck away. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't have done it. That's fucking creepy as fuck. Anyway, I think I'm done because I want to play Tekken. I'm feeling the call of Tekken as I get more stoned. I'm one of those people that, man, I get in the zone when I'm stoned on Tekken. I can beat dudes now. I'm going up the ranks, man. My Zafina is getting really good. Or Zafina. It's getting really good. I'm getting tricksy with it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Bye.